Woo, happy Easter, everyone. What is going on? Welcome to the Get Right. It is the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devante.
How you gonna say Happy Easter and then say the baddest bitch?
God made me this way 25 years ago. Get into it.
Jesus.
We don't say nothing when you be eating edibles and hold out.
I didn't eat no edibles recently.
Well, you ain't
Not
shoot down the
420.
other
I
one.
didn't have nothing yesterday. Hi guys, it's Kelvin.
This is Christopher Armani.
So you're not going to deny being hold out?
I was being hold out when?
I said eating edibles and being hold out. You said I haven't eaten edibles and
Well,
Does being a holdout mean being a hoe?
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been a hoe.
It's the equivalent of being flued out, but just more local.
Okay. I understand now.
So happy Easter. How are you guys?
I am doing good. We was watching Sunday service here. With,
Coachella.
Coachella with Kanye.
Oh, what's the overall end goal of that? Is this just something
we can
he's
play
feeling at the
quietly
moment?
in the back. Let's let this be our background music for a little bit of the day.
Well, yeah, he's not necessarily selling this, so I think we should be
Yeah,
fine.
so we should. It's streamed live, so we'll set them up. But they've been singing.
Okay, where does this take place?
So this is at Coachella,
Oh, okay.
but it usually takes place on the compound
What's the compound?
at Kanye's house.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who are these random?
These are all choir members. They live in Los Angeles. My friend Landon, he sings for.
Really?
Yeah, he sings in a choir.
Does he have an interaction with Kanye?
Not that I know of. He hasn't. I haven't really pried into it a lot. I asked a couple questions about it here and there, but nothing like. I didn't ask like a whole bunch of questions.
I need him to be interviewed about this current state of mind. Why this? How did it start? What
He's
is?
trying to win us back over.
I think so too.
You
'cause
think so?
He knows the best way to get black people is through the black church.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's one thing we all can agree on as black people.
And everything he makes every Sunday sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, it sounds so good, but I don't like
personally,
that.
I love it.
That's calculated as fuck.
Yeah.
Don't do ploys. Do better. No.
Yeah.
How was your week, somebody?
Oh, my week has been pretty good. By the grace of God. Remember, I told you I wasn't going to the Millennium Tour, and then Chris held it down. He sent me this AKA's Instagram story, and she was giving up a free ticket. So I hit her up. Chris hit her up, and then I hit her up, and she didn't respond to me. You know how you have to wait for the person to notice that they've been a special request in the message section?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, she ain't gonna see this shit till B2K done finish bumping. So, I went to a friend's house, got lit just to cope. And then she writes me saying, okay, my friend who initially took the ticket can't go anymore, so it's yours. I'm like, oh, shit. Should I still go at this moment? Because I'm very lit. But I was already dressed. Thank God I didn't bum it out that day. And then I just hit it over there. And then Chris sent me a screenshot of a lower ticket in the floor section. It's like, row 3, I don't remember the specific seat. It don't matter. And then there I was watching the Millennium Tour for free an
Whose
hour
seat
before
were
the
you in?
concert. I don't
Yeah, I was
know.
gonna ask that because nobody came and claimed that.
Nobody
Nobody.
came.
That was God.
That was God. That was actually
Because
God.
Everybody that was in front of us, they all got moved around, and
Yeah.
then there was a one row in front of like
was
the
about to
section
fight.
that was about to fight, and they cleared that whole row like 3 times.
They were about to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
what?
I don't
There
know
was-
whose
It
tickets
was
they
some
were.
Mexicans that was in some black people's seat, and some. And, you know, the black. We don't play that shit if you in our seat. Get the fuck out.
That's real because this is our only seat.
Yeah.
It was so
So-
interesting.
At first, I was.
But then those black people, they got moved too because they were in some other black people's seat.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
oh,
so
please.
weird because the row was empty by the time like. Were you not? Did you not pay attention to that, or you were just?
I
It
was
too high.
No, I came down at that point, but I was living my best life. I was really starstruck.
Oh, I
up
had
in
a
there.
lot of great. I had a ball.
There were great moments. There
I
were
had
so many
a
great moments.
ball.
We need to discuss in full. I also need to make a video so I can give full-on commentary about how I feel. Because, you know, a lot of the people that I felt would have showed up and showed out, not necessarily the people that showed up and showed out.
Well, let's talk.
Who
let-
did you
let-
think was going to show up and show out?
Omarion.
Well, I did not think he was going to show up and show out. I
all
would
the- all
never
the
pay for
clips
an
that I-
Omarion
Yeah,
show.
all the clips that I've seen prior to our show, that nigga was not doing.
I would have
anything.
never thought Omarion. I was thoroughly impressed with Yin Yang Twins repertoire.
I was not.
I
was thoroughly
was
impressed.
once it picked up. The
I
I think
initial
the start of it was like
They
okay.
started so they didn't even know what was going on.
Well, they did know what was going on. They had technical difficulties.
they had bad audio, so I mean I get
They had
them
some
on that
technical
one.
difficulty.
That shit was. I think Yin Yang Twins had the worst set.
I think they had the best set. The repertoire, the hits they were going through left and right. I was like, wow.
Once they got into it and everyone knew where they were going with it, it was a solid show. But it just took a little bit of time to get
Yeah,
there.
they had to get the stuff that we didn't want to hear out first.
Chingy was the worst. I mean, I'm sorry.
Chingy?
Ying Yang Twins was the worst. I'm sorry.
I thought Chingy did good though.
Chingy did good with his 5 songs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm honored that I was able to catch him twice. I went down the steps the first time, and right there came on, and I almost fell because my chicken head almost caused me to skip a step. So I was afraid for my life. Then when the Ying Yang Twins came on, they brought him back out, and
Yeah,
you
I don't know why
I
they
was
brought
so
it back out.
confused.
I don't
was
know.
like, what song do they have together?
that was God wanting me
I guess
to
it
hear
was the
it.
Right There remix, but,
But it was
they
like,
didn't even
why
do
didn't
their
Chingy
part.
just do that?
They didn't do their part.
Trina wasn't there. Jermaine Dupri wasn't there. I was just like,
For what?
is this a redo?
Yeah.
I guess because they knew that they started on time, and they knew that people probably missed Chingy's set. So like, let's bring Chingy back out.
I was gagged when y'all said Chingy's on right now. I didn't know what to do because I still had 11 minutes, and I almost screamed at my Uber driver, and it was just nothing I could do.
I think the best sets was Lloyd and Mario.
Lloyd
Now
was
Mario
really
would have
good.
had the best set if he didn't start with that new ass song. That nobody knew.
why he started with that.
That really fucked him up. Like Mario wanted us to listen to that new song so bad.
And we didn't. It wasn't necessary. Like we didn't need to hear that.
We did not need to hear it. It's like stop trying to make fetch happen, Mario. Like honestly and truly. And he's a great singer live. I also don't agree with how he ended the set with
That Nicki Minaj song.
Yeah.
Like, why was that your encore song? Like, anything "Let Me Love You" should be your encore song.
that should have
Yeah.
been your encore song. Like I
Either
don't
that or just a friend.
I feel like he planned this out himself. He should have opened with Just a Friend and ended with
"Let Me Love You."
Let Me Love You.
Yeah.
Like know what sold your career.
Yeah.
And the Nicki Minaj song was just something that kept you from unemployment.
That girl that he brought
Barely.
on stage was just so pointless.
Bundles of
She had a
Brittany.
fat ass, but she.
After
It was chubby.
Was
it
she?
was Bundles of Brittany.
Who is that?
She's an Instagram girl.
Oh, I thought it
That's
was just
why-
some chick in the
no.
audience.
She's an
No,
Instagram
she's
girl
an
with
Instagram
no
girl.
stage presence.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
She an Instagram like Insta model.
Yeah, she's like
Oh.
Insta famous. She fucked a lot of people.
Wow.
That's not nice.
The
she's,
first
she's allegedly been connected with a lot of people
Well, how many degrees of sexpiration can you do for her?
too.
Oh,
From
she's not that bad. then.
Everybody else.
Oh wow. Just hilarious
She's
voice.
2 people away.
So he brought her on stage. Now there was am I thinking of the Millennium Tour when they brought this girl on stage, but she was like, I'm gonna take my moment and I'm actually gonna do full-fledged choreography.
Who?
She started in a chair. It was 2 girls, and I feel like it was Mario.
No one did when he brought this. He only brought one girl on stage.
Yeah.
No, not that night. I'm talking about there was a video where like
oh yeah.
on social media, and
Oh,
there was
yeah.
this girl in a chair, and she just was like, "This is my moment."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what I expected. If he brings you on stage, like, girl. I don't know if it was unexpected on her
I think
end. Maybe
night
she didn't
one-
have time.
Night one, somebody was dancing with him, but that chick, she didn't. do shit.
decided to try to go viral, but it backfired probably.
Yeah.
Who?
Let's bring on Bundles of Brittany, and then like
And her
everyone
ass
will
was
pick
too
it up.
fat for her not to be doing anything.
All right, we're gonna call it chubby because I didn't once think, oh, her ass is fat.
Oh well, I did.
She had a nice
That
ass.
caught my
It was
attention.
nice.
did have a nice
It was
ass.
nice, but
Bro, but she basically had on boy shorts and her cheeks were out.
that's why I say it was chubby. It wasn't like
She had a nice
southern
ass.
corn
I
fed.
just think that the shorts were just small. So
That's
she got a
what it
little
was.
Cheekage. It gave her cheekage.
Right. She knew what she was doing. She
But
was a
as soon
beautiful
as you
girl,
got
though.
There, you be upset.
I thought it was a nice ass.
Because sis just stood there,
Just stood
semi
there.
starstruck.
It's like, what is going on, child?
Who else? Bobby Valentino. You know, I'm really glad that
I sat
everyone
down his whole set.
embraced him because I was wondering the whole time. I'm like, does anyone remember?
I remember all those Bobby videos.
No, not the songs.
Oh,
Is
him?
anyone
Oh, the
thinking
trans
about the
thing?
trans thing?
Oh, I thought about that too. And then he brought out Chingy. I was like, what is this?
Okay, good. Because
He brought out who?
He brought out Chingy?
No, he brought out Ray
Well,
J.
you know, Chingy was on the tour this morning, so like they were back to back. So like, what is this? Like,
Oh, right.
we open
Okay.
it up with this.
He brought out Ray J.
Yeah.
And Someone
Chris,
Wish.
we established that.
Yeah, but you were confusing.
I was not.
I think you
I
were
was
confusing us.
confusing you. You were confused.
I was too.
We've all moved on.
But we okay.
So, you know, I felt bad, like, sitting there thinking, is anyone thinking about Bobby and the whole trans situation? Because that's not what we're here for, but that's where my
I
mind
thought
went.
about it, and I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, well, guess Senga, he needs to know your name. Why you gotta be anonymous?"
Yeah, no more, you know, anonymous activity, Bobby. But it didn't affect his performance. I thought he was pretty good. I never thought Bobby Valentino was the greatest singer. So, my favorite song that he did was "Pimpin' All Over the World." It excited the fuck out of me.
No, slow down.
I mean,
that
Slow
was
Down
my
is
shit.
great, but it
It just-
didn't bang as hard as Pimpin' All Over the World that
It felt
night.
with me because I honestly knew what he was talking about now. Like, I saw you walking down on Melrose. Like, wow. I also saw someone walking down on Melrose.
And how was that for you?
I said, slow down. I honestly just want to get to know you.
That's real,
But don't turn around.
right?
Please don't. Because
Right.
that pretty round thing looks good to me.
And that's how you got that sexual harassment case.
That spoke to my spirit.
and your case.
It did. We're still pending, so we can't really get into that.
That's real.
But
I wish you the best.
thank you.
So yeah, I just feel like Slow Down was great. I love heavy nostalgia, but in terms of just like
B2K
sound
had the
quality,
worst set.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I'm putting it
Yeah,
out there.
I'm not
B2K
impressed.
was the worst.
It just didn't.
For them to be the headliners, I was so confused of what the hell was going on.
No, what
They were
confused me about
confused.
theirs is when Raz B came out and started singing. And I was like,
Raz was
what are you-
singing, though.
What are you singing?
Raz
I'm-
was singing.
I was just like, what song did you
You
ever-
remember this?
Like,
He
because I was just
actually
thinking,
had a
like, what
moment.
song did he have to lead vocal on?
None.
So that's why I was lost. Like, what?
I feel like they couldn't have that moment and then remind everyone that he had no singing parts.
Now, I can say that Raz did steal the show, his dancing.
Oh, Raz was dancing for
he
his
was dancing
life.
his ass off.
He worked the
Everybody
hardest.
else, they was just going through the motions.
They
Yeah.
were relying on their names, and Razby knew his name is tarnished, so he had to make
Raz
a
is a
reputation
performer.
That
stick.
nigga was,
Mark.
yeah. He was in rehearsal, the only one serious.
That was it.
And then they brought out Lil Saint, and nobody knew who the hell Lil Saint was.
He actually
he
came
ain't
out.
dead?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was Lil Saint.
Remember, they was like, oh, yeah, he
I
ain't dead.
I remember them doing it, but I thought it was just to do the dance break. I didn't once recognize
wasn't.
him.
It was
a
like, what did
dance
he
break,
even come out for?
But it was Lil Saint,
Wow.
the little dark-skinned boy.
And there was no
Wow.
reason for him to come out.
None. That's why I didn't think he would be there.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, do you remember MTKO? The group?
MTKO? Mm,
They had a song like 2 years ago.
mm-mm.
Do you know Little Saint is a part of that group? Random
I
fact.
don't know why you know.
Little Saint is a part of MTKO. I downloaded their album because they had a good song. It was one song. I can't think of the name of the song.
MTKO.
We don't need to hear it.
But,
It's okay.
but yeah,
That fun fact is not going to do anything for
that
us.
was Lil
We're gonna
Saint.
forget
Did
that
it
by
for
the
Lil
end of the
Saint.
show.
Wow. Are they still together? No, they won't be making any more music together.
Who, MTKO?
Yeah.
Yep, they broke up.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's a good week. Chris, how was your week? Well, hold on.
Uh,
Is that the end of your week?
You know, it was probably. Oh no, I took an Aaliyah Janelle class, which was super cool. Do you guys know Aaliyah Janelle?
No.
She's
I
like-
know Aaliyah and Janelle Monáe.
Aaliyah Janelle is the girl all over social media who just dances her ass off. She's
She
like,
the one in the hills?
yes,
Okay. Well, Chris, you don't watch her videos?
you would love
You would
Aaliyah
love her
Janelle.
videos.
You would actually love Aaliyah Janelle.
Yeah.
Look at
If
her.
you like
Cheeky girl.
Brittany's chunky booty,
You'll love Aaliyah
yeah,
Janelle.
Aaliyah Janelle.
Is her name Aaliyah Janelle on Instagram?
Yeah.
ALIYA.
Okay.
She is phenomenal because I've been taking these heavy dance breaks because that environment is really, it can be really competitive. So
Yeah.
everyone in there is trying to get discovered and filmed. So just being in there, it felt so good being picked to be in her dance group, being put in the front. Even I fucked it up. All of that was phenomenal. What else did I do? I supported plays this week. I've been pulling a Calvin every night. It's like an event, rather than going home. As tired as I am most times, it's like I gotta really do these 20-somethings.
Yeah,
So I feel so good, exhausted but really good, and that's been my week.
that's how you should be.
Yeah. What about y'all?
My week was cool. Went to that Millennium Tour, and I would give that a 6 out of 10.
I actually think that's fair.
It was more hype than substance.
I was
Mhm.
more disappointed than I was hyped.
Yeah, I think the nostalgia of it all, like hearing those songs and hearing them perform, made me like, oh shit, like this is amazing. But if you really look at the performances, they weren't there. So I had to take out after Ying Yang Twins start fucking up, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy this for what it is. Cause I'll probably never see this again.
Yeah,
No, and I'm sure we won't.
yeah. So yeah, went to that. Then last night I went to Smart, Funny, and Black.
How
which
was that?
The most longest, most. It was a good show, but it was so fucking long. It was so. It just felt unorganized, but it was organized. But then again, it just wasn't organized. So what was so unorganized about it was just they just kept doing these random ass songs, like just random ass sing along songs.
What's the concept of Smart Black? What is
Smart,
it?
funny,
Basically,
and black.
It's two black people, and
Uh-huh.
we're basically just
Black
testing.
Spurs.
black experts, and we're testing how black they are, like what you should know, what you don't know, and
Mhm.
what you should know because you're black, basically. And it was Keenan and Kel, which was I was amazed because that was my childhood all over again.
Mhm.
And
So a week of nostalgia for you.
yeah, but it was just like it was just too many. It was just too many songs, too many random songs. And Kel thought he was really Cisco.
Oh,
Because-
Gil was trying to sing his.
He thought he was Cisco, Jodeci, he thought he was everybody because he sung all these songs.
I've never once
Oh,
heard
he
Kel
re-
and been like, oh.
Oh, he was
No, he
really
wasn't- he wasn't-
singing for his life.
Yeah, but he was out there like legit performing, dancing, and he had these ugly ass Chelsea boots. I cannot stand Chelsea.
Oh my
boots.
goodness, the
I
Chelsea.
love a Chelsea boot.
I hate,
I hate Chelsea
boots.
I think it's because everyone has ran them to the ground.
And yes, and they need to stay there. I know it's Easter, but on the third day they do not need to rise.
Fucking hate Chelsea boots. Amanda Seales was funny. She was funny. She was funnier than I expected. And
It's funny as shit.
She's
yeah, it was
so
cool.
funny
Yeah, it was good.
and unapologetic in her shit.
Yeah.
Completely. She will talk shit to any audience member if you give her a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah, it was cool. Cool little week.
Calvin,
What the fuck are you looking at?
Nothing. I was just hearing about your week.
is there more?
No, that's it.
Okay. So how was your week?
My week was good.
What the? Okay.
That's what led me to believe that there's more.
My week was good. I have been working all week long. Was my event
HU?
last Sunday? Oh, yeah. HU has been keeping me running, and then Millennium Tour, Smart Funny Black. I feel like it is something else. It's Josh's birthday next week, so we've been hanging out all weekend.
Josh is
Josh Jones. I don't think you know Josh Jones.
not a clue.
I'll say he where we had my birthday party at. But like we've been hanging out with him, so that's been really fun. Getting to know new people and hanging out with people.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
There is by the way, y'all, there's no free promo, but there's a day party coming up and I want y'all to come.
This is a day party today. Chicago versus everybody.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I'm good on Chicago.
Yeah, actually Chicago versus everyone means they're gonna shoot.
Yeah, I'm good on
They're
Chicago.
not going to shoot anymore. But yeah, I have a confession
How far along are you?
because I feel like we have not. The integrity of the show has been protected because I have not really like said that, like anything because I've been really good, like just holding down this one thing.
Okay, nigga, just go.
Can I make an intro?
Yeah.
I hung out with somebody last night. I thought it was rather good.
Was it
No,
You didn't send me the Instagram.
you can Instagram right now.
Jesus, it's so hard to keep good associates.
I just enjoy people's conversation. That's all.
And how was that? Where'd you go? Where was the conversation held?
I went bowling, just hanging out. I didn't get back to like 6 this morning.
Don't take me bowling for a first nothing. You want to see my other side?
Bowling is great. We're going to brunch today.
The
But,
Chicago versus. Oh wait, no, that's a day
no.
party.
I just think that if you're not with somebody, you should just keep your options open.
That is a good word, actually. Chris, are you keeping your options open?
Sort of.
What are you doing?
Dating.
Okay, how's that?
I think it's good. The person I told you about from the dating app. Let's call her. We could call her Lavender
Why?
because we both love that color. That's our favorite color.
I would have never pictured you as a lavender.
Yeah, I love lavender.
Chris likes lavender, which is really weird.
That's interesting. That's very light for you.
Yeah, it's the best color in the world.
That's subjective. but
But yeah, her nickname is Lavender.
okay. Well, that is exciting. Have I met this young lady?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
That's fine. No, I don't want to get invested. I wish Calvin would
She's
stop.
actually at my house right now.
Whoa.
I don't do nothing. I've literally been
I mean, I
chilling.
guess since we're just making confessions here, I mean,
No, I said I wish she would stop.
No, hold on. I thought a confession was coming.
I don't even know.
You're
I don't
missing
even
it.
know what confession I was even about to
It
give.
was you almost threw that one out the window, Eric.
You're right. Actually, we don't get many of
I
those.
don't even know what confession I was about to make.
Don't waste my time.
But yeah, when I leave here, she cooked for me like a few weeks ago, and I'm cooking for her.
What did she make, and what are you about to make?
Well, she made breakfast last time. It was some pancakes, eggs, bacon, hash browns. I think that was it, and some mimosas.
What?
And then she made me lunch once.
Wow.
Some chicken and potatoes. I need her to make those again. and she might be listening, so don't say nothing drastic. But anyway, and today
I'll say whatever I want to say. This is my show.
Right.
and,
Limit me.
Today I told her I'll make. Now I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but whatever. So steak, corn, rice-a-roni, and some croissants.
Some croissants are gonna be
Corn,
burned.
rice,
but
roni.
I'm pretty sure.
So
That's a cool blend.
yeah,
That's a cool blend. I'm here for that. Well, that's good.
and then we actually have like 2 more dates coming up.
So these are dates that you're calling them. They're not just time spent.
They're both.
Okay. I mean, no, that's fine. Dates don't have a clear criteria.
Well, I mean,
then again,
I
there are
guess,
some
like,
things that you don't do, but
I mean, if you hanging out, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess if you just laid up, just chilling, I don't necessarily think that's a date, but
it's good time spent.
yeah.
I mean, I think the point of the date is to have a good time
Yeah.
together. So it is what it is.
So like Thursday, where she's coming to my job and we're going to the movies because we have movie nights every Thursday. Then Friday, she could, I think, either Friday or Saturday she's cooking. Then we're going to see Avengers.
Okay.
So
Look at God. He's so good.
He is good, and sometimes he puts people in your life that makes you realize, what are you doing? People stimulate your mind.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
stimulate
Her
my
name's
mind.
Lavender.
And
so.
I feel like you had an add-on for that.
Stimulate your mind, and
I feel like you had an add-on.
they just take over.
Fucking fraud.
I got it at 6 o'clock this morning.
Did you?
I did.
From that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you trying to say like something happened? Like, what are you getting at?
Be candid.
I'm a good Christian man.
Is this the day he was resurrected?
It is.
I
Today,
believe so.
Jesus
All right.
rose and something else rose last night.
Oh,
Wow.
no,
But
you are not
yeah.
going to put that tongue in
Wow.
tongue with...
Something rose this morning as well.
Ladies and-
Hallelujah! Something rose this morning, okay?
Well, God has been gracious to you, too. God bless. You have given me my space and no headaches from these niggas. So for that, thank you. Thank you.
Long as I got King Jesus.
What?
Long as I got King Jesus.
What?
Long as I got him, don't need nobody else.
That is true to you.
Does it feel weird for y'all not be at church today?
No.
No, I don't know why you asked that
I
yesterday.
rarely go to church.
Right.
I used to go to church all the time, and then especially like on Easter. Like this is like the first Easter I haven't been to church in a while.
I just feel like you didn't go last Sunday. You're not going today. What's the
Yeah.
difference?
I'm watching. We got Sunday service going. Tiana Taylor's throwing these faux locks, so I guess this works.
Yeah, so it doesn't. No Sunday makes it different from Easter Sunday. It's just another Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean like it's another. Just a Sunday that you're not going to church.
Yeah.
I never found my connection in the church. So it doesn't. I'm just really spiritual, but I don't need to be in that space. He's everywhere I am.
Yeah.
And I feel like I went to see this really good play last night. My friend Daniel, who frequents the
English
show.
I just made that up.
Oh, my friend Daniel, who frequents
out to
the
Daniel.
show, he was a part of this play called Church Secrets, and basically it is exposing the secrets of the church. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty good. He is phenomenal. Daniel is great. But what I got to see is that the pastor is a pimp, sleeping with half his congregation,
Oh, wow.
impregnating girls, stealing from the church fund to pay for abortions
Oh,
for
wow.
his kids. You got adultery. You got all types of shit going on. And it was just like, I don't know why the church would be put on this pedestal. I mean, I understand why it's put on that pedestal in the black community, but on a societal aspect, I don't understand why it's put on such a pedestal, because it's just people. And a heathen is a heathen. Whether
Yeah.
they go to church on Sunday or they're at brunch sipping mimosas, you're going to be who you're going to be. And I feel like we put this emphasis on it like these are the holiest of people. And I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense that this is a mess, because most parts of the world are a mess.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. With that being said, it was like I don't feel an obligation to get my spiritual feeling in the church setting. I can get it wherever I am.
Yeah. But I understand that. But also, I know you just have to have somewhere to be centered. It has to be a focused meditation. So I'm trying to like center myself more inside the Lord and make sure that I'm good within.
That's real.
Try to figure this thing called life out and how to navigate it. 'Cause
That's
we've
real.
really, truly been blessed.
God is so good.
What
All the time.
do you got all the time?
God is good.
Do y'all remember like Easter speeches? Did y'all have like Easter pageant speeches?
No.
Y'all didn't have an Easter pageant speech?
No.
What is this the church setting?
Yes.
My mom did not push that up. Like, she did
For
it for my
kids?
first 2 years of life, and then it came back when I was 9, and then I didn't want to get up anymore because church is really long. I was not eating breakfast before it, and I was miserable.
That's why you're a heathen now.
I mean, but things are working out for me, so God must like this heathen.
Mm-mm. Take your ass to church.
He ain't saying that when you was rising up before he did.
Hey, he rose, I rose. Chris, did you didn't have an Easter Sunday pageant speech?
Not that I remember.
Did you remember?
I don't know. I think you be having these different childhoods than we had. Like, we had normal childhoods, and I just don't think you had a normal.
I had a very normal childhood. Tawanda
No, I think
provided
because
for
some of the
me.
stuff you ask, we just be like, yeah, we've never done that.
Not
before.
once.
Wow, I did have an extraordinary childhood, but maybe it's just regional.
It has to be,
That's
or
fine.
just normal.
You're a great person, and that's enough.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was different in Fort Wayne. I mean, we grew up in different,
Yeah.
cities.
Completely different.
Yeah, but every other kids, you put your little pastel seersucker suit on, and you get up there, you say a little speech, the baby be like, Jesus wept, and they be like, oh, yes he did, baby, he wept, baby. And then some of the little older kids, they be like, yeah, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, and what that means to me is that if we mess up, then we got another chance because Jesus loved us.
Is that how you delivered that?
That's not how I believe. That's how the kids.
Oh.
Me eloquently in my speech at 12 years old, 11, I gave full presentation
I don't doubt that.
with musical accompaniment. Like, it would start off with the music, and then I would give my speech, and they would play low, and then we would finish with the song because at an early age, I've always been that extra.
I feel you.
It doesn't surprise me.
I've always been the extra.
No, that's fair.
Tawanda has known for a very long time that I was going to be
A flaming homosexual.
that and that I probably was going to be the Lumi D of this generation.
Not the Lumi D.
I-
Calvin, my vocals are not warm, but I will scream.
I am going to be.
I will scream.
I will be stamped in time.
And stay there. Do y'all remember her song, She's Like the Wind?
No.
Really? With Tony Sunshine? Maybe it only made it to the East.
Tell you what.
Oh, that's Lumi D?
Yes.
I never knew that was her name.
Yeah. Because that was her moment. Stamped.
She was so off that whole song. Like, if you listen to it, the song and the music don't match.
I was about to say for a second, maybe I should listen to it a cappella, but why would I torture myself?
That's the
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they put Busta on it, which was a good
That's
move.
y'all know I love One Hit Wonders. And them and Nina Sky,
Mm-mm.
Your Body Girl.
I do
don't
not want
let
to hear
your
Move Your Body no more.
Don't let Your Body Girl come on in the club.
I do not want
How's
to hear
that
that
go?
song anymore.
Ooh, your body girl
Oh, that.
makes the fellas go. The way you ride it, they really tried to push it to be like the next group. Remember they said that other song? What was it with?
I know what you're. Oh,
They were
Oye
featured on
Mecante.
something. They were featured on
They were
somebody else.
featured on another
And
song.
they really
too.
tried to push them, but everybody was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, I was good off Move Your Body after a while.
I love I love One Hit Wonders.
Yeah, I think that's what the Millennium Tour was missing. Some more
Girlfriend.
filler one-hit wonders.
Yeah,
The way they brought out
We
Amory.
didn't
Well,
need-
Amory's not even a fucking one-hit wonder.
I don't even know why
But we
she came
didn't
out
need her.
trolloping across the stage like that.
And
I
all she
needed
sung was her
Amory.
chorus.
I needed
Right.
it. Yeah, I didn't need what I got,
We didn't need that at all.
but I could have taken some Amory.
We didn't need Amory nor Ray J.
No, we needed Ray J.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
He was a part of that time.
One Wish was so nostalgic. That
We did
was,
not need that.
I hate that damn
That used
song.
to be my song.
I hate that song, but it was nostalgic and it fit that time. Amory was a shock, but if she would have came out with one thing was fine, but she didn't give much of one thing. She
She
gave
was trolloping
They
across
should
the
have
damn
brought out
stage.
like
0.5 seconds of a thing.
Franchise Boys or.
Oh, that
like-
would have been good.
Well, they probably can't afford flights to Los Angeles.
That's
I'm
real. At this
pretty
point
sure
in
they
life,
can.
you
I'm
think so?
pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure they can get on
I
the
saw
Spirit
Jeff
flight.
Chuck's
I'm
cutting
pretty sure
it.
they're not getting on
They
the
can get on the
Spirit
Spirit flight to come here.
They're not getting paid to do this, so I don't know why they would waste their $80.
Yeah, I don't know when their last
They're
check
not
came
getting
in, but I'm pretty sure it said, "Oh, I
if it
think
was
it
in
bounced."
Atlanta, it was down the street.
during the So Dev tour, the 25th.
Oh.
If they were on it,
Oh, I'm pretty sure if it was Atlanta, they can Uber pool to the venue together. I'm pretty sure they would have did that.
Oh, I
but,
think it's dead. They're broke.
yeah.
I wish they
think
would have
it's
stayed
broke.
out longer.
I just wish I heard "Why Don't We Fall in Love." Like Amory, I don't know what's going on. sis.
Yeah, I would have much rather hear "Why Don't We Fall in Love" than One Thing.
I would have screamed and cried.
Yeah, that would have set it off.
We didn't need Emery.
That would have. Yeah, that's a good question. Why didn't?
We didn't need nothing of Emery.
I don't know. Maybe it was real impromptu.
Had to be.
Who else? If you guys could form your own Millennium Tour, and I'm going to get into Bitch You Better Read, but if you could form your own Millennium Tour, who would be on it?
Young Jock,
Yeah,
Gorilla Zoe,
yeah.
just so he could come out and do
Hood nigga?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, because what else is he going to do?
Franchise Boys, Little Bow Wow, not Bow Wow, but Little Bow
Yeah.
Wow. He can only do Little Bow Wow shit.
Yeah.
But his Bow Wow era songs hit too.
Which one?
No, which ones? Fresh in My Ears, that's the only one.
Did he stop
Maybe out of my
Let Me Hold
system.
You Down wasn't...
Is he still
We didn't
little?
need those.
He was still Little Bow Wow?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
His first 2 albums, that's all I would need on the tour.
Those were good. Just like when I did that way back Wednesday survey, I'm like Bum 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 versus Take You Home, and y'all pick Bum Bum Bum.
Yeah.
That's just him being corny.
Who
People are
else?
spiteful.
Who else would I put on this tour?
I'm trying to think of the time.
Mario. Lloyd.
Yeah, but I would have to set Mario set. Because
Yeah.
that shit he pulled, no.
Mario and Lloyd.
I wanted him to sing 2 Train. He
Who?
did sing Never, which made me happy, but he should sing 2 Train.
I hadn't heard Never until the concert.
Yeah,
And I was
that-
like,
that-
this is good.
That was off the first album.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Mario was singing that first album.
With his tight braids.
That's
What
why
else
he was
would I put on
singing.
this tour. That's it for now. Until I think of somebody
I
else.
will put
I feel like the
Lil
acts were
B,
perfect, but I didn't
Nina
get it.
Sky, Fat Joe,
Fat Joe.
Ashanti.
Ashanti,
The
okay.
Millennium Tour?
Yes.
Ashanti definitely. Fat Joe.
Yes.
What would so he could do Lean Back and that's it?
He would
What's
have to
Love
do...
What's Love?
he could do
Fat
stuff
Joe
with
ran-
Ashanti.
He ran the charts for a second. And
Wait,
for a
then-
you know what they
second.
should do? They should put out a Houston Millennium Tour with like Slim Thug, Mike Jones.
I'm not going to
I'm
that.
not
I
going
would
to
go to
that.
that.
I'm not
You
going
know
to
how hype that shit would be?
Oh, well, you'll get on that spirit flight with the Franchise Boys to Houston.
I would
Y'all-
definitely go to that.
y'all
That
get
shit
out
would-
there.
I would have to go to the Houston show.
I would support Mike Jones most definitely. Slim Thug, I'm not
I'm
invested.
not a. Well, maybe
What?
like, you know what, Chris? You know what? Yeah, throw Bubba Sparks on there. Throw like
No,
Sparks
Cole,
would be
that's-
fun.
that would be a
Paul Wall.
that would be
Wall.
a dope ass
Okay,
tour.
It would be.
But I don't know enough of their songs individually. Like I know a song
Exact-
by Paul Wall.
Exactly.
I know a song by
Still
Bubba
Tippin'.
Sparks.
All you need to
Exactly,
hear is
and
Still
that is
Tippin'.
why that's why they can go on tour together.
That's what I'm saying.
So
But like,
we wouldn't. They would not have 30-minute sets. They would have 15 minutes.
That's all we need.
so we only get one song per person.
2 or 3. Mix
They
it
should
up.
start doing that. They should start doing like different Millennium Tours now. I would definitely do a Houston one.
I mean, if everyone has been paying attention, everyone can get a check cut.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is know your own songs.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the
Then they
maximum
could do a
and the
Miami
minimum
one.
required.
Do Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy needs to clean up his act.
He does, but they should do a Miami one. They should do a Houston one. That shit would be. You know how dope that would be.
I'm okay
They
with
would
an
sell it out.
Atlanta
They would
one.
sell it out.
I'd rather an Atlanta one over a Houston
Yeah, I'd
one.
rather have an Atlanta
one would be
or
dope.
maybe just a Southern.
Maybe
one.
a Southern one, so that way I could get what I need.
the
'cause I need
Millennium Tour
Ludacris on it.
South.
I want Ludacris on it.
Ludacris has to headline it.
Yeah, Ludacris will headline it.
I want Lil Jon just somewhere in the building.
He doesn't need to be there for me.
He doesn't have to perform, but he was a big part of that time. I don't know what I would do without Get Low.
Well, Madam
Nelly.
Vonnie saying that her show in Memphis was totally different from our show here, and I wonder why was her show different? Was it like the energy?
Different in what way, Vonnie? I mean, I'm pretty sure they switched some things up, but
Yeah, all those. Okay, I'm about to get real controversial. Chris already knows where I'm going.
No, not yet.
These tributes.
out to Nipsey.
I'm not speaking on this.
I am all here for a Nipsey Hussle tribute.
Absolutely.
And I'm all here for honoring his legacy and
Absolutely.
making sure that people don't forget what he did for his community and the world. But
Enough.
every other second
Enough.
does not need to stop and be a Nipsey tribute. And I feel like there's still people out there that are clout chasing this Nipsey thing.
That's what it felt like at the concert.
You did not know that man. Let me
You say what you need to say,
let
and
me
I will
just say
keep
this. I did not know him
pushing
either,
it
but
along.
I will pay my respect and all this stuff. But I just feel like people were forcing it.
Absolutely.
I feel like it was forced.
Like, I don't know if my set is going to go over. So, Nipsey Hussle, like that episode of Family Guy when Lois was running for president, so she kept saying 9/11,
Yeah,
and the crowd would go crazy.
yeah.
Nipsey Hussle. Like, I didn't even get a smooth transition. Into
I
this.
just feel like
I feel like you never met this man. And granted, I have never met him, and I felt some type of emotional attachment. But I felt like it was calculated,
yeah,
and that makes it wrong.
yeah,
And it also becomes time consuming.
yes.
Because we're
That was
trying to
another
get through
song.
the show. Because the
That was
show is
another
kind of
song.
long. The show is already kind of long. I'm fidgety. And it just...
Maybe that's why we didn't get Why Didn't We Fall in Love, because it
Maybe.
was too busy.
Because
Last time I checked.
Marie was like, can I do one more song? Can you do a Nipsey tribute? But I've never met him.
no,
Well,
no.
you got to go.
I don't.
OT Genesis came out and did it. OT Genesis didn't even need to be there.
He didn't.
There was no purpose for OT Genesis
he's
to
a
be in the
Crip.
building. So,
And then Nipsey was a Crip.
this is the Millennium Tour.
It was very random. Omarion Crip walking. Oh, sir, you about to get shot.
Yeah,
Like-
what are you doing?
You crib
Sorry,
walked in,
keep-
you got served.
Sit down. I'm pretty sure they pressed him then. Like, bruh.
If so, he ain't learned his lesson.
Cuz.
But yeah, no. And saying that it's nothing disrespectful to Nipsey. It's just addressing the situation. It's like Aretha. All right, she's dead, and the funeral was long enough.
I wasn't like this when Michael died. I still grieve.
But you know,
Every June.
the magnitude of Michael, but also
The magnitude of Aretha.
the magnitude of Aretha. But I feel like Aretha's was way longer than Michael's.
It was.
Aretha's
funeral
was
was
way
like a drag.
longer than
It
Michael's.
was a week. Yeah, Michael's was just a day.
Michael just had a lot of publicity. Aretha's actual homegoing
Was a whole ass.
I don't know where she lived, but she had to go a long way. I was like, Aretha, girl, get in this fast track lane, do something. I can't keep seeing your name. I cannot. Because then it makes news really repetitive, and then what happens when news becomes repetitive, social media becomes repetitive. And me as the person who does my whole thing on social media, I'm like, goddamn, same shit. I don't know how I get bored with repetition.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad about that. But God rest their souls, all of them, Michael, Nipsey, Aretha. But I do agree completely with the clout chasing.
Yes.
Because that's
Yeah.
definitely a ploy that people do to hype the crowd.
Look, when I'm gone, don't keep doing me these. Just don't let me be forgotten. But y'all ain't gotta stop everything and do a Kelvin tribute.
We'll give you one or two.
If it's not a twerk contest, don't have it.
You don't twerk. Why would we give you a twerk contest?
But everyone knows I love a good twerk.
That's true. Because that time I was staying with you, you definitely would get up in the mirror and
That's
start
how you- that's
twerking.
how
I'm
you
just
start
like,
your day.
this how you start the day?
That's how you start the day.
Okay, I thought this was more of a me thing, and I don't even do it. But now it is time for Bitch. You better read.
What's my favorite word?
It really is. Number one.
Number one.
Remy Ma
don't trust
in the fucking Bronx. Remy Ma reportedly under investigation for allegedly punching Love and Hip Hop New York
You see what I
castmate
did
Brittany
there?
Taylor.
You see what
Huh?
I did there? With the young Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Oh, okay, because
Remy
it's
Ma.
Remy, right? Her and her charges. So earlier it was reported that Love and Hip Hop New York's Brittany Taylor accused Remy Ma of punching her. She's so rough. According to the New York Daily News, Remy is now being investigated by the NYPD for those claims. Brittany has apparently retained a lawyer, Sanford Rubenstein. Rubenstein? I'll say Rubenstein. Sounds Jewish. Brittany has apparently retained a lawyer, Sanford Rubenstein, who claims that she, Brittany... thank you. I was competing with the track. So Brittany has apparently retained a lawyer, Sanford Rubenstein, who claims that she, Brittany, wants Remy Ma prosecuted for what she did to her. As of now, Remy has not been charged. However, there is an open investigation into these claims. If you're late to the party, Brittany basically claims that Remy put the paws on her while at a Pretty Lou benefit concert Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany's right eye is bruised, and she went to the hospital for treatment. Following her report to the police, she posted the following on the gram. So here I am, on my way to a very important meeting, and it's hard to even focus because of what occurred last night. I didn't want to bring it to social media because it's pretty embarrassing and not a good look, to be honest. I try my best to cover it up with makeup and move on.
Yet and still.
But that still didn't work. My question is, Remy Ma, why did you really do this? Sit on that. Remy is still on parole until August 1st of this year for shooting...
What?
Oh, no, I read the line too fast and it caught me in the chest. Remy is still on parole until August 1st of this year for shooting Makita Barnes Joseph back in 2000.
I told you. If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Right. She was arrested for the shooting and served 6 years in jail for it. Wow, Remy, you really shooting bitches. at least we know you're about what you rap about. At bare minimum. At bare minimum. So, honestly, that was the end of my story. But props to you, Remy Ma. I'm really proud of you. You have, been able to kind of rehab your image. You have cleaned it up. You are a family woman now with a beautiful baby. You are hosting State of the Culture and just doing the damn thing. Your outfits are on point. You're just glowing. And I don't think that this defines you, from shooting bitches back in 2007 to, punching Brittany Taylor. Brittany Taylor has annoying moments. I've watched Love and Hip Hop, so I'm not condoning the violence. But I'm saying, sometimes you revert back to your roots. And I don't think that this should be a moment where we just pounce on Remy. Not that I think anyone is going to pounce on Remy for this.
Well, because Remy will pounce back, clearly.
Right. That, and I don't think anyone is invested enough in Brittany Taylor. But
I like this part of Remy that punches people.
Because she doesn't fucking play.
I like that about her.
I agree.
Because she really will punch you or shoot you.
And call you dumb after.
Go right back to jail.
And go right back to jail.
And give no fucks.
And she won't care.
And call you stupid.
And dumb.
You dumb. I like her.
What part of New York is she from?
Bronx. That's why she's so gutter.
That where you're from, right?
Ew. Stop saying that.
My bad.
Gross. No. To all my Bronx bitches listening, clean it up. Number 2. So a judge rules that Flint residents can sue the federal government over the water crisis.
Yeah, hey,
Why do these niggas still have
y'all
water?
wanna flex bombs?
I don't get it.
Yeah, we have to be over a year. Are we over a year?
It has to be.
over a couple of years.
Wow, that's
And
bad.
Jaden Smith did just bring like a little
I'm gonna let this clap
a
play
thing.
out.
He brought like some type of water system thing over there, but like,
I
dog,
did hear about that.
why do they not have water?
I don't know why the government has not stepped in.
Because it's not a financial priority.
And how the fuck did they get all this dirty water?
We're more concerned about Notre Dame.
That's a good question. I don't know if it was factories or what. I haven't read enough on it to know what cost. Why is
Like,
that
what
not
started?
a documentary on Netflix?
Yeah.
It's not a priority.
That needs to be.
Oh, before we get into the topic, we're gonna talk about Beyonce's documentary. Did you watch it?
Not yet.
Not
I've been at
really.
work constantly, so I haven't had the time to sit and
I can
watch
say
it.
my piece after. Bitch, you better
Yeah,
read.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it because today's my only day of just me with no commitment. So that was the day I'm gonna watch it. We could talk about it though. It's not gonna be any spoilers.
Mhm.
I'm still gonna watch it.
Back to water.
Yeah. So a judge ruled yesterday that residents of Flint, Michigan, can proceed with the lawsuits they have filed against the federal government in connection with the city's water crisis. So this proves to be a real victory in the fight for justice for residents who have had their water supply contaminated with lead for a number of years. The lawsuits claim that the Environmental Protection Agency was too slow to intervene in the crisis, as CNN reports. Judge Linda V. Parker ruled the federal government was not immune from legal action in this case. The impact on the health of nearly 100,000 residents of the city of Flint remains untold, Judge Parker wrote in Thursday's opinion in order. It's anticipated, however, that the injury caused by the lead-contaminated public water supply system will affect the residents for years and likely generations to come. The lawsuits against the federal government allege that the EPA negligently responded to the water crisis, according to the court ruling. Yeah, there was no emphasis put on this. The judge didn't rule on the EPA's negligence, but she wrote that the EPA was well aware that the Flint River was highly corrosive and posed a significant danger of lead leaching into residents' homes. She also stated that the EPA also knew the health risks posed by the lead exposure and that Flint officials were not warning Flint residents that they were being supplied lead-laced water. Quite to the contrary, the EPA learned that the state and local officials were misleading residents to believe that there was nothing wrong with the water supply, the judge wrote. That's trifling as the fuck.
Yeah.
The EPA declined to CNN's request for a comment on the ruling and referred CNN to the Department of Justice. The department hasn't yet responded to CNN's request for comment.
They're not going to respond.
So this is why we're not getting a documentary, just like the people of Flint are not getting clean water at the moment, because for whatever reason, it's not only not a priority, but it's being swept under the rug. What do y'all get from poisoning these people? I'm guessing the demographic is mostly black. I don't want to make this a pro-black thing, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure more than just blacks are being affected, just not as much numerically.
If there was lead poisoning in Beverly Hills, 2 hours.
The gays would gag at the pimples.
2 hours. If that long, that shit would have been fixed.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
Probably longer than that.
Let's see.
And they don't have clean water.
Still.
Imagine how much we use our water for: cooking, cleaning, brushing our teeth.
Showering.
Everything.
Imagine bathing in lead, dirty brown water.
So what they have to like buy water bottles
Yeah,
and use that.
probably. Or boil their water before they even can shower.
That's ridiculous.
Like, that is honestly, that's not a way to live.
Yeah.
It's like a third world country right here in America.
And
Yeah,
you would
we're-
think the fucking president would do some shit.
Yeah, we're building pointless walls.
He doesn't care.
We're fighting over a wall to keep people out that really don't even care.
Right.
Like the Muslim ban and this transgender ban. What are our real priorities in America? Why is there a transgender ban in the military?
One more time?
The transgender ban?
That's still a thing?
No, it just happened. It just went into force.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Meaning you can't be a transitioner and go to the war?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They don't want you enlisting.
Oh, well, they need to erase that because if they start to dial back, I'm not going. So pick the people that want to go and stop being ignorant.
It's
Because you draft me, I'm going
so
to run.
freaking
I'm a fucking run.
stupid.
This country is a hot-ass mess. I will take my gun and run.
I don't understand how we prioritize things.
We don't.
And then the whole Mueller report coming back that Trump was good. The fuck? Clearly, if everybody around him was told by him to do fucked up shit, and they all got convicted, why the person who told him to do the fuck up shit not getting convicted too? What is going on? There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. Look, correction. There's a lot of shit going on in America right now. We gotta get our shit together.
Yeah.
The election is next year, people. Let's start paying attention now. Let's not wait till October to try to pick a candidate because the person you want may not make it that far. Let's start paying attention right now to what people are talking about, to what people are doing. Let's fact check these motherfuckers. Let's make sure that they are held accountable. Because it's time. It is so time.
Absolutely.
Ben time.
It's been time. Number 3.
Number 3.
So Beyonce's 3-project Netflix deal is
we
reportedly
can talk
worth
about it
$60
now.
million. Bflix is really a fitting name for Netflix now that Beyonce is about to give us more content through the streaming service. According to Variety, Queen Bee has signed on to give us 3 projects, and Netflix is reportedly paying her a hefty bag worth $60 million for the deal. Just to make things clear, the first of 3 specials is Homecoming, the behind-the-scenes documentary that chronicled B's 2018 Coachella performance, and the one that many stayed up all night for on Wednesday. As far as the other 2 projects, you know the Queen tells us as much as she wants us to know, and her drops are often cloaked in mystery, leaving us wanting for more. But the fact is we're still getting 2 new projects from Beyonce, and I love to see Beyonce's creative side on screen. The price tag for Homecoming, which Beyonce Knowles Carter is credited as executive producer, writer, and director, was around $20 million. Beyonce's representative did not respond to Variety's request for comments on the deal, and Netflix declined comment for Variety's story as well. Although a source at the company disputed the financial terms of the deal, Beyonce had everyone sign non-disclosures, and you know this. But Netflix did create some buzz today after the streaming giant reported they're doing very well, announcing that it added nearly 10 million subscribers in its first quarter. According to Vulture, HBO
You know why?
Her.
When the rumors dropped, everybody was like, "Oh, let me get ready now."
Yeah, I can't be on my sister's thing because everyone on it, so let me get my own.
Running slow.
According to Vulture, HBO was also interested in Beyonce's project, having had a long relationship with her after airing her 2016 Lemonade film, as well as her 2014 On the Run tour, which was the concert special that she did with Jay-Z, plus her 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream. I forgot about that one.
I love that one.
HBO reportedly backed out of the bidding when Netflix came in with a richer offer. HBO also has not responded to Variety's request for comment.
Well,
So, I'm just going to go into number 4, and then we can just talk about the documentary, because it's very Beyonce heavy at this moment. So apparently The Weeknd got paid more than both Ariana Grande and Beyonce to headline Coachella. Reports state that Ariana Grande and Beyonce received the same amount of money to headline their Coachella sets. Each of the ladies received $4 million per per Coachella weekend, totaling an $8 million payday. Fans are already feeling a way about it, as if some feel as though Beyonce should have received more than Ari just on the basis of one word alone, Beachella. Yeah, that's true. With that being said, fans might want to sip this tea real quick. According to other sources, The Weeknd apparently got paid more than $8 million when he headlined Coachella last year. An exact number would not be disclosed. However, sources can confirm that it was definitely more than the $8 million Beyonce and Ariana Grande received. Last year's headliners were Beyonce, Eminem, and The Weeknd. So do y'all think the payday was based off of talent, or it's again a gender gap thing?
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like they probably only gave Beyonce $8 million because she probably told Coachella, "We're gonna make this into a documentary," and okay, since you're already getting 60 from Netflix, we're just gonna give you 4. Like, that probably could have been a conversation, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Then Ariana, like, what if that's maybe the low for artists is maybe $4 million?
Yeah, and someone else was telling me that Beyonce not only got like the $8 million, but she also got all the rights to the music. So like that equated
music?
more, like, yeah, because it was all new. So like Coachella couldn't re-air it, which is why you can't find it on the internet now. Like, you can't find the original Coachella performance.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard like she reserved all rights to that, which also equated to more money because they can't resell it. So I don't know.
Beyonce is such a fucking force. Like, that name alone just is force.
Yeah.
She's such a work ethic, and I strive to understand my industry as well as she does. Granted, she came from that understanding, but whatever. She's here, and she's just so solid. In terms of Ariana Grande, I don't know. Her performance was shot to hell because there were so many technical difficulties. Poor
I didn't
Nicki.
even pay attention.
I didn't even. I saw a little bit of the first weekend when she brought out NSYNC, but she kind of pissed me off because she didn't bring out Justin. So,
Justin
so
is
where
pretty
Justin
big.
was
He probably wasn't available.
but it's like, why would you bring out the 4 of them and not Justin?
Well, he was booked and busy. Okay,
But it's Justin. He is NSYNC.
I feel like she
sure.
probably reached out and he probably wasn't able to.
he's on.
I
tour,
wouldn't
right?
have brought out no fucking Kevin and
Wow, we will not disrespect NSYNC.
I don't
who
even
are
know
they
the rest
without
of the name.
Justin?
They
Who
are.
who
They are.
without
They are
Justin?
still NSYNC.
Party pop.
They're not.
They are still NSYNC.
Justin can't sing every single vocal.
Well, Justin was not.
I'm sorry, not
Justin.
Justin. JC.
Y'all gonna put some respect on motherfucking.
Y'all is plural. I'm not even talking about them.
So about this documentary, like,
Hold on.
okay,
Yeah, so Ariana's set was plagued with a bunch of technical difficulties. Nicki Minaj could not find the flow of her rap
Oh, she did come
because,
out.
yeah, I mean, her and Ariana use each other as crutches whenever they need some type of view from the other culture. But so that was a bust. But I'm really in support of Ariana Grande. I think she's really talented. In terms of The Weeknd, I don't know why he got paid as much as he did, but at the same time, I don't like The Weeknd or his music.
He used to be good when he was on drugs. When he got off of drugs, he wasn't.
I
same
never
Weeknd.
enjoyed him. I Can't Feel My Face was the only thing by him I enjoyed, and that was overplayed. So The Weeknd is just
Yeah, before he got like mainstream, he was cold as fuck. But
Really?
now he's like,
I don't like how he sounds. The production.
people
of
try to
his songs
compare
are-
him to Michael Jackson when he first came out. That pissed me off.
I heard that in some. I heard that.
It's because of that Dirty Diana remake he did. And he
that
did
didn't sound
like
shit
him.
like
he
Michael.
did sound like
No, he
Michael.
didn't.
He did.
He didn't.
He did.
Yeah, it did kind of.
He did.
He didn't.
He did.
The stare down in this room, ladies and
He
gentlemen.
just didn't.
He really did. But he really did.
I don't know. Either way, I'm not here for The Weeknd. I could care less. And Beyonce could care less because Beyonce's fucking Beyonce.
Yeah.
So Beyonce's not sweating these coins. But yeah.
Although I really do feel like people are overdoing this. Beyonce, why did it take so long for Beyonce to be the first black woman? We're having all the other great black women to go before.
Black
Y'all know when the Coachella Festival started?
When did it? Yeah, I'm sure like a few years ago, right?
1999.
Coachella's also not a black-centered event.
So it's what, 10 years?
Mhm.
No, I'm sorry, 20?
Yeah.
Well, that is a long time.
But it started as a rock concert.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
not a black centered
It was
event.
never really like
Oh.
Coachella has really evolved over the years to this more mainstream
Mhm.
thing. But before, Coachella was like a rock concert in the desert.
Because when
Oh.
Beyonce performed, they were like, "Why is Beyonce headlining Coachella? That's not what this is about."
Yeah,
That was the whole thing when she was brought on as the headliner. So I don't know what y'all expect.
Which night did she have?
I don't.
Anybody remember?
Saturday.
She had Saturday.
Yeah, because she ain't doing nothing on Friday.
So yeah,
The
no.
people got to be there to see
That's
her.
a pro-black argument that you'll lose. Coachella was not made for us. We just got integrated in.
Right.
But about Homecoming, go for it.
The Beehive really overhypes everything she does. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with Beyonce. Everything she does is great. But that documentary was not what it was cracked up to be. Now, when I think of a documentary, I think that they're going to show the ins and outs of shit.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. They did not show. Like, for me, I wanted to see her getting mad. I wanted to see her like, no, I don't want it like that. Like, I want to see her like, no, we need to do this or do it like that. It just seemed like they showed moments with her family, and then they showed like her rehearsing with the head choreographer, and that was really it. Like, it wasn't nothing like. Have you seen This Is It, the Michael Jackson documentary?
Bits and parts.
Like, that's what I was hoping for. Like he was actually like, no, we're gonna do this way. Like, nope, I don't want it like that. Like,
He was very
like
adamant.
that's what I thought it was gonna be.
Mm.
Like, I'm not saying it. I just feel like we just watched the concert again. Like, that's exactly what the documentary was. It was the concert again.
Yeah, I think they used the word documentary very loosely,
Because that was not a documentary.
and because I don't know what does the actual thing say documentary?
It just says Homecoming, a
'Cause I
film
don't-
by Beyonce. That's
Because I
all
don't know
it
if it
says.
said because
Someone
they put-
presented it that way.
because we know before Life Is But a Dream was a documentary which was actually really really good and in depth about all
Is
her
that the one
about
where
her pregnancy.
Oprah
Yeah.
interviewed her?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
one?
Well,
Okay.
she didn't interview her in the documentary, but she interviewed her about.
But is that, or is that something different?
What are you talking about?
When Oprah interviewed her, is that the same thing?
No.
That's not. No, that was just an interview.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Life But a Dream did go in depth. I think this is literally just like a concert film that we've seen before. The Beehive knows this is what her old concert films used to be like. I think when the rumors started, documentary, and they just put all that stuff. But I do agree with you, Chris. I would have liked to see more of the ins and out of getting to how everything was. But I'm also really grateful that we at least got to have this because,
She doesn't
as
give
the
us
Beehive
much.
knows, bitch is holding out on the Formation World Tour concert. She's holding out on the Miss Carter World Tour. Like,
What
so
do you
we
mean?
just had Beyonce spoiled us so much with all these concert DVDs, from the Beyonce Experience to Live at Wynn to Roseland. So the Beehive got so accustomed to seeing her live performances and knowing all the choreo and all this other stuff that when she started going to these other tours and we didn't get nothing, you had to be there or it's done. We couldn't go back and watch it. We were crying for a documentary. Like, that's why you see people asking, "Where's the Mrs. Carter World Tour and the Formation World Tour?"
Where is it at on DVD?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I-
I'm just happy we got to see something.
I don't like the Beehive.
I can't
It's okay.
stand
I'm
it.
disgusted.
I
It's
can't.
okay.
They really overhyped. When you watch it, I really feel like you're gonna think we're watching Coachella again. We're watching the same performance.
Fair.
Yeah, we're watching the same performances, but the performance
Now,
is
like
still amazing.
the editing of like, it's a lot of editing that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
But the part I just didn't really care for is like, I just wanted to see more. I just wanted to see like her being pissed. Like,
The
I just wanted to see,
nitty-gritty of it.
I want to
'Cause
see
you
all
know
of that.
she has that side. But
On the flip side, you get to see a 2-hour amazing concert
that we just saw last year.
that was full of amazement, that
Yeah.
was full of music amazement, vocal amazement, staging amazement, lighting amazement, angled amazement, transition amazement.
yeah,
Like,
Beyonce is so
I wanted
thorough.
to see her pick the people. I wanted to see like,
Well,
the
Chris,
her
you know
going
what
to
you need to do.
TSU. Like, I
You
wanted to
need
see all that.
You need to go and be with her for a day if this is what you want. Now you sound like the Beehive.
Me talking about my dislike of the Beehive has nothing to do with Beyonce. I live Beyonce. She's phenomenal. She's so good at what she does. I don't like the Beehive because I feel like they're fraudulent.
They are.
They're
And they
fraudulent
overhype everything.
and because I feel like black people have been on the bandwagon for Beyonce since Destiny Child. Like,
when did Beyonce become Beyonce? Like, when did
Beyonce became Beyonce.
when did she become Queen Bee?
Like, when was she like?
B Day.
No, she did not.
B Day.
She did not.
B-Day.
to the masses. No, she did not.
B-Day set her
What was
apart.
on? Like, what was her hit?
That
song
was
on B-Day?
Deja Vu.
Oh,
Yeah, and Irreplaceable.
That it was. They were
And
big songs.
Listen, Irreplaceable her biggest song.
That's not. That
And
wasn't Queen
then
Bee
what's-
status.
Then what do you say solidified her?
Ooh, child, I ain't gonna say I am Sasha Fierce.
Because she was Beyonce before her Single Ladies.
She was Beyonce, but for singing,
And
I'm
before
saying
Halo-
when
Halo.
was she put on this huge pedestal?
yeah. When did that happen?
Because
I
there
think
was
it
a point
was-
where she was like a bomb ass A-list performer, and then there was a point where they started putting her on God candles, and
Yeah,
that's the
it-
point I'm trying to find.
It
And
probably
it wasn't
was Beyonce.
B-Day.
Probably Beyonce when she did the surprise album.
Is that the song with Mine with Drake?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's really tricky. I just think Beyonce's super dope, but that was when from Destiny's Child, The Writings on the Wall, because I didn't really care for the first album. The Writings on the Wall I was like, this girl is fucking phenomenal. But then there became this point where it was like a bunch of people just like overdoing it. I'm just like, where did y'all come from?
Mm.
And then you would talk to them about Beyonce, and then certain things would go over their head, and I'm just like, what? But you're the Beehive, and this is her core group of fans, and then it was just like, Mother Beyonce, God Beyonce, Queen Beyonce, don't say anything about Beyonce. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I think she became. I mean, this is just for me. I mean, I'm not a fan, so I think she became Beyonce when she did the Super Bowl performance. That's when I was like, oh, she actually like that. I think that's the first time I ever watched her live. I was like, oh wow, she's actually cold. And then when I saw Coachella, I was like, damn, she's actually a beast.
That's you being late to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
Definitely you being late to the party. I don't know.
That's what solidified it for me.
It kind of seemed like it happened overnight. Not her success, but that switch. It
Mhm.
just went, and then all of a sudden it was just like,
I do, and I don't know if this has ever been talked about. I do feel like she's trying to have a career like Michael Jackson's.
I don't.
I do. I feel like she's trying to do everything he did.
I think she's
trying to do everything
definitely
she
had
can
her
do.
own lane.
But I think she's trying to do what he like.
Because Michael didn't act.
He was in movies.
What?
He was in Men in Black 3. I'm sorry, 2. No, was it 3? I think it was 2.
And if so, it was not extensive.
He was in Men in Black.
That is
You
not-
would not
that's a
list that
joke.
as Michael Jackson's acting
that's a
credit.
joke.
He
'Cause
was in Men in Black.
He
Do we
didn't
not
have a
remember?
name
No,
on the
no,
screen.
He
was
had
Agent M.
Let's correct this. He had a cameo.
Thank you.
I'm sorry,
in
he
Men
had a
in
whole
Black.
role.
He did not have a whole role.
He
had
was
a cameo.
Agent M. What are you talking about?
He had a cameo in Men in Black. We're not going to sit here like Michael was running around fighting aliens with Will.
Yeah.
He
I didn't
had-
say that. I didn't say he was out there being Tommy Lee Jones.
You're trying to hype up his IBMD credit.
And
He had
that's not a thing.
cameo.
Y'all niggas asked me what movie was he in. He was
had
in
a
Men in
cameo.
Black.
He was
No.
on the screen for all of 5 seconds.
That's not fair to Beyonce.
He was in. I mean, I'm sorry. He probably was only in one movie, but I'm saying
No.
he was in a
Beyonce
movie.
has had
For you to
full-fledged
be a
lead roles.
stan and not mention the Wiz at all.
Oh,
in
I'm
your
sorry.
IBD
I'm so sorry.
of
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
that's
get-
real.
I'm sorry. The
You're trying to
Wiz.
fight for Michael and you are losing.
Yeah, because
He was in The Wiz.
I was like, whoa,
I forgot for a second.
Men in Black.
Yeah, he was in Men in Black.
Yeah,
that was his
but
last movie.
The fact that you just threw that.
Yeah, Michael was in Men in Black. I don't know. Like, what do you mean he's not
why
acting?
would I not say that?
What do you mean Michael's not acting?
that's
He definitely
exactly
was
how
in Men
it
in
came
Black.
out.
Yeah, he was in Men in Black.
Definitely was.
It's like, whoa.
Let me find his scene.
Please
Yeah,
don't.
we probably can play it because it's less than 15 seconds.
Yeah,
so
we
we
won't
probably have
get
to pay
charged.
for it.
Yeah, and we'll be fine.
Michael Jackson.
But Beyonce I think Beyonce is trying to have Beyonce's career.
I don't think she's trying to have Michael's career.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
I don't think she wants.
I don't think she wants anyone's career because Beyonce is legit her own person. I just don't.
Here's Michael's acting role in Men in Black.
Child, we don't need to hear it. We don't.
Are gone and the treaty is signed.
Good work.
Zed, what about that position you promised me in Men in Black?
Right.
Still working on the Alien Affirmative Action Program. I'll keep you posted.
Wait a minute, that's not what you promised me.
Right.
You're breaking up.
Zed?
Can't hear you.
Hello?
I'll call you back.
I can be Agent M. Zed, you...
I definitely thought that was a young woman, a secretary trying to
No, the
transfer
fuck you
Michael over. I
didn't.
swear
No,
to
the
God,
fuck you
I was
didn't.
waiting for him to come in. But yeah, no, I don't think that's a fair comparison. I just think
Well, okay,
Beyonce
if
and
we're-
Michael
if we're
share a
not-
lot of the
if
same
we're not
talent.
going to talk about movies at all, because let's not sit here and act like Beyonce is the greatest actress.
I would never say that, but
never
she's
said
way
that
more
either.
consistent in acting than
Okay,
Michael was.
but we're not. But let's fuck acting. I'm just saying, as far as music
Music and
goes.
dance, that's
Yeah.
not fair. That's
I feel
literally,
like she's trying to have the same career.
she's
Now,
a
okay,
singer.
let me word it different. I'm not saying she's
I'm
trying
to
to
figure out
have the
how
same
she's trying to
career.
have the same career.
Okay, let me word it different. I'm not saying she's trying to have the same career. I just feel like she's doing everything that Michael did, and she's just trying to suppress it.
She's a singer and a dancer.
and an entertainer.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. I feel like she's doing what he was doing, and she's trying to suppress it. like the documentary. Michael did the same thing. Moonwalker, she's trying to do the same thing. The Super Bowl performance, she wore what he wore.
So is Ciara trying to have Michael's career too? 'Cause
Ciara isn't. What is she doing?
she sings and dances.
But she's who? When's the last time we heard her sing her dance?
But I'm saying like because it's like there's
I'm
so
just-
many people.
I'm really trying to.
Who else can I
see
think
what the
of
point is.
that dances and sings?
But who's actually? Who do you see on the main front doing that?
I
Other
mean-
than Beyonce, that's it.
But how's that?
Well, we can't say Ciara.
so how's
She not
that
doing
her
shit.
trying to mimic his career?
That's
because
what it
I
is.
just feel like she is.
No, she's not. She's just an entertainer like he
and-
was.
and she has notoriety. So
I just feel like
don't
she's doing the same
understand.
shit Michael's doing.
I don't think Janet's trying to mimic his career.
She can't mimic his career.
I
But
don't
she's
think
not
she woke
trying
up
to.
and
She's
was
just
like,
an
you know what?
entertainer.
She don't do shit Michael do. Other than the
Janet-
Super Bowl, that's it.
Janet dances her ass off.
She
She
does.
actually probably could give him a run for his money in some moments.
No, she can't.
I think Janet
she
could.
would never. She could never.
Janet's Rhythm Nation rivals a lot of his choreography.
Nigga, in one, Michael's best dancing video can shit on anything Janet does.
That's not true.
How's it not true?
Rhythm Nation is literally the standard for
Have you
dance.
seen Moonwalker?
No.
You need to watch Moonwalker. Have you seen any of his music videos?
Yes, I've watched a lot of them long shits.
Thriller alone, that's shitting on Rhythm Nation.
No, it's not.
What?
The concept for the time, yes. The
Wow.
choreography, hell
You're
no.
really trying to tell me that
Rhythm
Nation
Nation's
is better than
choreography
Thriller?
is way better than Thriller's.
You're not serious.
Kelvin, whose dancing is better, Thriller or Rhythm Nation?
Iconicness, Thriller, but technical
Technical. As
and
dancing,
difficulty, Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm
Okay,
Nation.
Smooth Criminal or Rhythm Nation? Technical and difficulty.
Rhythm Nation.
It's
Y'all
still
not see,
Rhythm
I don't.
Nation.
I don't. When's the
I
last
think
time y'all seen Smooth Criminal?
I think what you're there's a difference between because Beyonce says this in the documentary concert. The choreography's not hard. It's when you put your stank on it that makes it what it is.
Right.
And I think that's what Michael did. I don't think all his choreography was hard.
It wasn't.
But I think
It wasn't? Are y'all
when-
serious?
I think when he put his stank on it, it made it what it was.
It was unique, and he fucked it
All
up.
of his choreography was not like, oh, that's easy.
No, I didn't say all
we
of it
never
was.
said that.
I'm saying that you're equating certain choreography like Thriller, where I would look at this and be like, this shit is easy as the fuck. You know how many
What?
people are able to do that shit in an office party, Chris?
This part, like the arms,
Yes.
that's the nigga. I'm talking about the whole.
I'm talking about
every
the
dancing
whole
part. If we talk about
thing.
Remember the Times, fucking Smooth.
Remember the time
All of
was
that.
dope. Remember the time was dope. Smooth Criminal.
We are not sitting
dope.
here saying Rhythm Nation is better than any dance break that Michael
does-
has.
There were
If
a
we're
few.
talking, if we're talking about just the dancing alone,
I'm
we're
talking
not
about the
gonna say
dancing
that.
alone. It's true.
Wow.
It's true. And I'm
Wow.
pretty sure if you lined up a bunch of dancers, they agree. If rivals a lot of his videos too.
We can agree to disagree.
We can. Janet gets busy.
Janet
She
gets
does.
down.
I'm never gonna say she's a
Janet
bad
gets
dancer. I'm
fucking
never gonna say
busy.
that. But she will never hold a candle. She can't tie her own brother's shoes.
She definitely could tie her brother.
No, she couldn't.
Janet has a career all her own. Can we stop acting like Janet made Michael?
She does have a career of her own. I agree, but she just cannot hold it. She can't even be in the same room as Michael when it comes to dancing.
Well, what happened in Scream? I could have swore they were in the same
They,
white room.
they did. I'm saying, and he ate her ass up.
He didn't.
Oh
He
my
didn't.
God.
No, he did
He
not.
did
my
not.
God.
You're gonna put some respect on Miss
You're
Janet's
playing
name.
Wow.
right
You're gonna
in
put
my
some
face.
respect
Wow.
on Miss Janet's name.
Wow.
Janet is a
Michael ate
Janet
her
is
ass
a
up.
fucking
Michael ate
talent.
her
Legend.
ass
No, he
up.
didn't.
He did.
He didn't. He really didn't, and that's okay.
I still feel like she's trying to have the same career.
I mean, because like there are just things. Beyonce vocally is stronger than Michael.
Yes.
So it's like there's just balances. Michael is
And
Michael.
I'm not even gonna try to get into this debate, Chris, because you already know how I feel about Michael's live performances.
You already know how I feel about him as a vocalist.
Because
He's not.
them tracks,
Are amazing.
the backtracking was amazing. It would be amazing if he sung live too.
He did sing live. He did sing live. I've seen him plenty of times singing live.
You've seen him, but did you hear him?
Yes, I heard it. I heard it.
Did you hear him?
I heard
sing
it.
live?
Sounded just like the track.
I bet it did because it was the track.
Go to number 5, please.
That's it.
Number 5.
That was it. No, that's it.
I
That was
forgot-
the show.
Forgot
I said
there was
what
a
I
number
said.
5.
Michael.
I said what I said.
You know, Stan Michael, Stana. So number 5, known thug George Zimmerman removed from Tinder for using fake profile to get dates.
Tinder?
He is a thug.
Why is he on Tinder?
I don't know. Back in February, George Zimmerman was banned from the Bumble dating app again after being banned for using the app 2 months prior. Well, it looks like he is taking his dating profile to Tinder, but he seems to not be wanted there either. George was reportedly posing under the name Carter. Screenshots from his Tinder profile show that his dating profile stated that he describes himself as a self-employed consultant and graduate of Virginia's Liberty University, just looking for carefree fun. His profile also stated, "I love the outdoors, fishing, shooting niggers, camping and hiking." Inappropriate. I'll take it again. His profile also stated, "I love the outdoors, fishing, camping, and hiking. I love adventure, but not into huge crowds. I'm also down for a quiet night with Longhorn Steakhouse takeout." His profile has since been removed, and the Tinder spokesperson said, "At Tinder, we take our users' safety very seriously, and our team has removed this profile from our platform. We utilize a network of industry-leading automated and manual moderation and review tools, systems, and processes, and spend millions of dollars annually to prevent, monitor, and remove bad actors who have violated our community guidelines and terms of use from our app." George Zimmerman is mostly known for murdering 17-year-old Trayvon Martin a few years ago and being acquitted of all charges against him in that case.
No, some bullshit.
Period.
So, okay, so I was really reading the story and trying to see devil's advocate. George Zimmerman is a fuck nigga, for sure. Like, I'm not defending him at all. But do you blame him for having a fake profile? Like, because I know he wants to find love.
Oh,
but
no,
like,
his reputation is cooked.
But I mean,
but like, if his name was
of
George
of
Zimmerman,
course you can't like be George Zimmerman on Tinder. Of course, we know that.
He absolutely cannot. He absolutely cannot. Are you fucking kidding me? George Zimmerman's name is dragged through the dust.
yeah. So like,
I'm
I
honestly
can see
surprised
why.
that he's. This may sound fucked up, but I'm honestly surprised that he's not dead.
dead. I'm surprised too.
Like, I'm very shocked.
I'm shocked as well.
I'm shocked he hasn't died either. Hasn't been murked.
But do y'all blame him for having a fake profile?
No,
No,
because
'cause
his
you
name
can't-
is
yeah.
tarnished. George Zimmerman should have a fake Tinder profile. His name is tarnished. Who would want to get behind that?
Nobody.
Nobody. And sexually,
I'm surprised the nigga's on
Logistically-
Tinder.
it's just like, what?
You gotta find love.
And he's not cute. Life must really suck knowing you just killed a 17-year-old for no reason, and then you're looking for love, and then you're removed from Bumble, because first he got removed from Bumble.
What is
then
Bumble?
Yeah, but
it's
then
a dating app like
yeah.
Tinder, and then he made his way to Tinder, and then they blocked him.
But he also had domestic abuse allegations brought up against him from his ex-wife. You remember that? And he
Get
called them
the fuck
people.
outta here.
No.
Zimmerman has not been like just sitting back quietly. I think he went to jail for like domestic abuse and also for fighting somebody else. And then he had that whole Sean Carter 59 voicemail type thing going on.
What? Oh yeah, talking crazy to Jay-Z.
Really?
Yeah,
That's when I thought he was gonna die.
my nigga. Aren't you mall security?
I thought he was gonna die.
When
then.
was he talking shit to Jay-Z?
You don't
When
remember
Trayvon
that?
Martin died
Oh.
first.
And then he
came out.
disrespected Beyonce too.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was saying all types of hot shit. I don't
When was
remember the
this?
quote verbatim.
During the Trayvon Martin documentary?
Yeah, when it was about to come out, when they kept, yeah.
I need to Google that. I didn't know that.
Oh, Mercedes is on my live, and he said that he raffled off the gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
He raffled it off.
I don't want to use the word nigga. This man is demonic.
I'm really surprised he's not dead. Let me not say
How much did he get? No, for real. Just kind of like I'm shocked Selena's killer hasn't been killed in prison.
Yeah, I would have thought one. No,
that nigga still in jail? I mean,
That-
well, the woman. I
Yeah.
mean, that
That
lady.
Yeah, she's still in there holding on for life.
She in there for life, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And she gonna die in there because this is old. But back to George Zimmerman, I don't understand. Like, how much did he get for selling his gun? Or he
The
tried
question
to.
is,
Oh, it wasn't successful.
yeah, it wasn't. They took it down.
That is
But
kinda
like, who
crazy.
would want to buy it? That's my
somebody
question.
white.
Like, why are
Somebody white.
people?
Somebody that's racist and white.
Real Kentucky redneck.
Real Fort Wayne-ish.
Don't because nobody in Fort Wayne. We don't.
Real Fort Wayne-ish.
That's real Southfield-ish.
Seeing as I'm not from there.
Seeing
Well,
that you're
yeah, I'm not
exactly from
offended.
Southfield. That's where you went to high school at. That's where your parents is at.
You are triggered. Don't
He
say
is.
Indiana again. He's triggered. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I don't fault him for trying to get by on Tinder with a fake profile. But fuck him.
Did he really
Fuck
think he's
him.
about to get some action though?
He may.
He may. You know how many people support that fucking horrible belief?
Well, you know he's got
or
a.
shit like what he does.
Some people just need love, okay? Everybody just needs some love.
He needs
George,
jail
there's
time.
someone crazy out
Yeah.
there in the world for you, and if you can find them on serialkillers.com
Oh shit. Why are we trying to bring two crazy people together?
so they can kill each other.
that clearly
Jesus.
don't like black people?
They can kill each other.
Jesus.
Well, they're gonna try and take us out first.
Lock them up. Let them do what they need to do together.
Yeah, fuck him. But that was all for bitch. You better read.
What's my favorite word?
Now let's get into the topic. Actually, don't even play no intro music. So, the topic today is called bad sex.
Bad sex. Wow.
So, for you guys, before we get into like the actual topic, what makes sex bad?
When there's no
Chemistry.
connection.
Yeah.
When there's no connection. When you're selfish with sex, it's whack. You can't be one-sided with sex.
So, give me like what like.
So for me, I'm into the whole oral thing. Like, put it down for you, I'll do that. But like, you have to have things that you're willing to do as well. It can't just be receive, and then sex.
Mhm.
Like, foreplay cannot be one-sided.
Mhm.
Foreplay is an even number, and one is an odd number. So
Okay.
it cannot be fucking one-sided. And I've come across men who don't want to reciprocate, in any way, and I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this for you.
Like the fuck?
Kelvin, what makes bad sex?
No chemistry. Like, if you can't kiss, first off, that's trash. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, why are you even here? Secondly, if it's just like off, like awkward. Like, first off, I'm naturally awkward, but like, you can't just be awkward at everything. Like, that's just inappropriate.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like, I just feel like some people didn't know how to love themselves first. That's what it is. If you can't love yourself first, you can't love me properly. And that's just inappropriate.
So for me, I think what makes sex bad, if you're a terrible kisser, that's one for me too. Like if you cannot kiss, I just feel like I know your sex is trash. And then if
That must suck to not know how to kiss.
like it's like how do you not? I don't get because like the kind of kissing that I'm talking about is like, you know how like when someone is just like kissing just so fast and it's like we're not even like let's start slow and then like because when we're kissing fast it's like that means like it's hot like we're about to get ready
Right.
and we're both on that same tempo. But if I'm slow and you're fast as shit, that's what the fuck are you doing?
It's not gonna work.
And then like you ever had sex with somebody and it's like you just feel like they're faking?
I felt like I've been faking.
Well, yeah, like I've had sex with like this one girl in particular. Like it just seemed like if I don't even feel like I'm doing my best work, how are you moaning like this? Like how are you yelling or doing all of that?
Probably
now,
to protect your ego.
now
Well, some people just, it don't take a lot.
it don't. But I've asked like this
don't
person
take a
I'm
lot.
talking about. Like I've asked like like was it like were you really that into it? Like she said yeah, but it's like I don't. Like I don't even feel like I was doing my best work. So how are you?
Sometimes I do think people overhype things. I
They got to.
know I faked it just to get it done.
Just to get it done, because if not, then the person will try harder. And sometimes
Yeah, it's like-
it's a lot easier to try and progress this than for me to be like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Have
Because
you
then I gotta explain.
ever been in the middle of bad sex and was like, okay, let's just not,
Actually, yes.
and you stopped it?
Yes.
What happened?
Yes.
Same.
I just feel like, I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry.
What did they say?
Oh, what do you mean? I mean, I'm sorry. Like, what?
Like, tell me how did it go?
I literally, like, in the moment, like, this isn't worth it. Like, I'm wasting time. Like, I could really just do this myself.
Wasting time and adding the body count.
I could do this myself. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even really feeling it. It's not even like, yeah.
Did they leave right after? Like, how is that?
Oh, see, this is the thing.
He was there.
You never invite them to your home because that gives them a reason to stay. But if you make house calls, you can leave anytime you want. You can just get up and go.
That was easier when I was driving.
To the truth, which is why I haven't been to thought as much. But yeah, this is and especially in those situations, you get up and go. Especially those hookup situations, like this is it. Like, all right, bye, thank you. Blocked.
Mercedes says, if you have bad breath or your cat or a cat or any smell anywhere,
cat.
I'm out. Pussy.
Oh
No, like
I thought you meant like an actual cat.
like an actual cat.
No, he put cat emoji. It's
Yeah.
pussy.
Not that. Like a smelly.
Oh.
Yes.
JJ.
I was about to say, like, what does the captain do?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's actually not it.
I'm gonna
What,
beat
smell?
that cat with a dog. Yin
B.O.
Yang Twins.
B.O.
Who?
I'm gonna beat that cat with a dog.
What song is that?
Wait,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
that's
made that
wait.
Oh.
Okay. Yes. Verse 2.
yeah,
And
yeah.
also you're a booty call hoe.
I'm not a booty call hoe.
That's what
Thank you
Mercedes
so
said?
much,
Yes.
Mercedes, for getting on the live and trying to.
Slender, you're a good name.
No, Kelvin,
Slander
when
me.
you had Cheney, you were.
Wow.
Kelvin, those when you had a car, like you, that's when you were like primetime hoe.
I was not a
Wow,
prime
I
time hoe. I
understand.
was just never at home.
And you were hoeing all the
I was
time.
not home all the time.
And now that you don't have a car, it's like you still hoe occasionally, but
I
you
d-
don't. You don't hoe like you used to hoe.
And then he takes them in
Yeah,
for convenience.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been taking people in, and that needs
for
to
for
stop.
shelters.
Stop doing that.
And you know,
Now I know you can agree with that. You used to be a top notch hoe when you had a car.
Chris,
I
will
was.
I will scream.
I really was out here.
I think anybody can
whipping
agree to
and
this,
going.
Eric.
I really
Yeah, oh,
was.
yeah,
That was
absolutely.
my whole phase. I was brand new to Los Angeles.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
had my core.
Right.
Do you want it in the core? Do you want it over here? Do you want it over there? Do you want it missionary?
Come
Do you
on,
want it
PD Pablo.
glass?
Don't do it. Don't do
Any way
it.
you can handle. But since then, I have really taken a step back to be like,
Okay, you haven't taken that much of a step.
I
back.
have taken a step back.
A cha-cha slide step back?
Yeah.
I've been talking to one person since December.
Okay, we're getting far-fetched.
No, this is really true. This is really true.
You just said you hung out with somebody last night.
Yeah.
That's not the same person. And my good sis, that wasn't him either.
So
Whoa, this is awkward. So
You know what? Where's Remy Ma at when you need her? Where's Remy to deliver these fades when you need her?
One time, the one time I stopped bad sex, the guy I broke up with my first boyfriend and I was just lonely, and I invited him over. It was from an app, and it was cool. He wasn't bad looking, but he didn't want to kiss, and I was like, why? And he was just like, well, I had an ex who was really into kissing and he died, so now I associate that with that. And I'm like, you know what? And I didn't want to like, shoot down his sad story with his ex, but I'm just like,
Okay, great downs, beautiful downs.
I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't want to do this. And he's just like, no, come on. Now I didn't kick him out because I'm not that type of person, even though I want to be that type of person. So he slept over, and then the next morning he was just like, so do you want to try again? I'm like, no.
No, try what?
Try what? No, like there is no passion between us because you don't kiss. Get out.
I've never stopped bad sex, but I've stopped bad head.
Oh, bad head sucks.
Oh my goodness!
Bad
Like,
head.
what are
Yeah.
you doing?
But so she, and mind you, she told, like, when females say like, oh, like I haven't done it in a while, blah, blah, I just be thinking they like, I haven't done it in a while, I'm about to fuck your shit up. Like that's what I would think. But in this case, she was serious. Like she was just bad with it. And we were in the shower, and we didn't have sex, but she said that she wanted to get me in the shower. I'm like, okay, cool. And first of all, she fell. Like when she was like going to the floor of the tub, she fell. And so when she fell, I'm immediately turned off. Like I'm already turned off. So I'm just standing there like, no, what the fuck? How did you fall? Like I didn't say this.
How
I'm
did
just
she
sitting
fall?
here.
Did she fall like on her stomach flat?
I mean, the lights were off, so I don't know.
What did it
I just know
sound
she
like?
fell.
What did you hear?
That's what you heard. And I'm just standing there like, oh my God, like how did you fall? And I didn't say nothing. And then so when she was
sounds
down
like
there,
my spirit animal because I would have failed and just laid there like that was a part of it.
and so
Just bring it over here.
it did like it
Bring it over
was an
here.
awkward silence because no one said anything. Like I was just standing there like, how the fuck did she fall? And then like what made it bad is because she was using teeth.
No.
And then so from there I'm like, okay, hey, like come on, let me help you up. Like from there I just helped her up and was like, let's just stop. Like it's okay.
How did that really took some points off her womanhood? Like that really hurt her.
It
spirit.
really did. And you would think she would go in after that.
I
Like, oh,
thought
shit.
she was about to go ham.
Like, shit, I done embarrassed myself. I need to pull out the double slurp twist.
Yeah.
and
Right. Let
And
me get
it
on my
was-
neck.
It was,
double gumbo. Hold my feet.
but for bad sex, I never stop it. Like I just don't do. I just lay there. I don't do anything.
You're not gonna.
I
Stop
think it's
bad
different
sex?
for guys. It must
Yeah, I
be
think-
different for
yeah,
guys. I'm
it
like,
has
because
to
we can
be.
just finish. I can finish this myself.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm just about to. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
for me, like I I just lay there and I just be like, okay,
Mm.
and just can't wait for it to be over.
'Cause I can get this by myself.
Yeah, I can't fake this for too long.
God bless you.
Yeah, stop.
You can stay if you want, but I'm finished and I'm leaving.
Maybe I should go.
So okay, tell me. So have y'all had kick out stories like to the point where like, okay, either I'm about to go or you're about to go?
No, just that one time I told y'all, but no. Other than
Yeah,
that.
I have. Also, I've been catfished.
What?
And how long does that time period go from once you find out you've been catfished to when they leave?
Because I'm the type
Wait,
of
you
person
were
I don't
ca- you
I
were-
don't like to hurt people's feelings.
Wait, you were catfishing
Fuck
like
that.
you kept.
Oh no, nothing happened after I got catfished. But I've definitely stopped and was like, oh,
What do
you
you
know
mean?
when you know when the door like okay, so like let's say back when I was starting and bopping on the apps and stuff. You
was this in Kentucky?
no in LA as well.
Oh,
Like you
oh, this
meet
happened
somebody-
twice.
Yeah, you meet somebody on the app and you be like, oh okay. Oh, okay, good pictures. All right. Oh, okay, unlocked. Oh, all right, then I'm on my way, you know?
Right.
Then you get there and the door open and you're like, oh, this must be the brother. Oh, whose dad is this?
Oh, they were older.
Older or just much wider or they expanded? They had a little bit of expansion that happened to them over the years.
That's foul.
And you get there and just like, okay, well, this is awkward. I don't want to just turn around at the door, so I guess I'll come in and sit down for a second.
That's
so
why-
how did you leave?
Yeah.
How you leave?
How did you leave?
Oh, my friend Jarius and
Oh,
I,
you always need a good friend.
we have our 911s, and when I say call me,
Yeah.
and
now-
don't be a second on.
Now he's usually good. You're usually good too, Chris.
You haven't done that in a while. Though.
I haven't done it in a while because I'm a change man.
Nigga, don't. Okay.
But
As I say, I feel like you just gave him leeway.
I'm a change man. But like sometimes, yeah, like if I say call me, oh, I'm putting on the hello. Wait, slow down. What's going on? Where are you at? Okay, look, just turn your hazards, and I'm on my way over there right now. Turn your hazards, I'll be there.
See, with
Bruh.
me, no, I need a dramatic. I need dramatic.
Bruh.
The last time you what was this? This was in 2013, I think.
I
can
think
say
I know
her name.
exactly what
It
you're
was with
talking
Pinky.
about.
It was a Pinky.
Yeah,
Remember
I know
that?
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and then this nigga called me like, yeah, me and Morris on the side of the road, like, please come, like, yelling and screaming and shit. And then when I left, I'm like, dog, you didn't have to do all of that. Like, you didn't have to scream and yell and do all of that. I just need you to get me out. That was it.
That's
I think I was really feeling like an actor that day. Like the thespian in me was like, I'm about to get this award-winning performance.
that's what good friends are for.
But I just like then it's like damn, like my roommate's stuck on the side of the road. I really gotta go help him out. Like I appreciate you, man.
People have to know that those are lies.
Yeah, at this point, but it's like it's the best way for me to do it without having an awkward moment and
But why
feeling
not just say
obligated
that?
to explain it.
Why not just say, hey, I'm about to go?
One time when we live in Inglewood, some
You never know when a nigga's crazy.
someone who had spread outward came over smelling like pork chops. And
Oh.
they was-
Spread what outward? What are you talking
He
about?
was fat.
Yeah,
Oh.
it smelled like pork chops. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bruh? So they
Somebody you
definitely
had
to
at the
turn-
house?
They definitely had to turn around rather expeditiously. Blocked.
Jesus.
You see, and this is why I'm very skeptical about doing meetups, like apps and all of that. I've had tops 4 hookups on apps, and that doesn't necessarily equate to sex, but like, okay, 4 link ups,
Mm-hmm.
2 equated to sex. 2 equated to sex. But I'm just really skeptical because people do catfish a lot. And if that happens, I don't know how to handle the situation without setting them off and having them slice me.
Which I think is better, like with Tinder and stuff, you can actually connect to the Facebook or something. But in our community, we don't have we have like, what's it called? Chappie.
The fuck is
And you
Chappie?
can get on Tinder.
Y'all,
but like,
y'all dating names be who comes up with
I don't
it?
know who comes up with these names.
Y'all also
like
got plenty
Jacked.
of fish.
Like Jacked, for example.
Jack
And that
And-
stinks.
Grinder.
like, why are they called that?
I don't know.
I don't know at all.
But yeah, Jacked is definitely just a sex app. Although I've found most
POF
of my
is a sex app.
Ew, and it stinks.
my longest
The name
relationships I have
stinks.
not found them. You know what? That's why I don't have any apps or anything no more because all the people that I met that had some substance that are still around, I met them in person, and I just feel like I want to meet my future husband like my mom met my dad, probably just out 2-stepping or something. Actually, I need to text somebody.
The
Okay.
person you're going to brunch to, probably.
So yeah, right. I don't. Yeah,
No.
bad sex is definitely it falls under Many things can equate to bad sex,
Now,
and
can you come from bad sex? I mean,
No.
no. I'm sorry, not come. Like, can you come back from bad sex?
No.
I think so. If my whole vibe with you wasn't killed, an off night never hurt nobody. But
It depends on how long we've been talking.
Like,
Like,
if
is this a
if
hookup?
if it's just the one time that it was bad, like it was just the one time.
yeah, I'm not gonna fault you for that. It just depends on how it was bad, why it was bad, how I ended this bad moment. There's so many things, because if it ended like the old boy who can't kiss because of whatever reason, no. For what? I'm pretty sure your ex is still dead, God rest his soul, and you're not gonna want to kiss. So what are we doing? That you can't come back from. But if it's like a night where you just weren't into intimacy, shit happens. So I'm not that type of.
Have y'all told anybody their sex is bad?
No.
I told other people their sex was bad.
That was his question.
Wait, what?
Have you told anyone
I
your
didn't tell
sex is
nobody
bad?
directly, but I told other people that
Oh.
person's sex was bad.
I was like, wait, what?
I'm like, huh? That was the
I
question.
definitely would tell somebody. So how was it? Don't go that way.
Don't do it.
It's all right.
Has anybody told y'all that?
No, thank God, no.
Mm-mm.
Not.
Mm-mm. But I fuck with a lot of older people. So a lot of older people, they take on the whole, you're new to this.
I don't think it was.
Teacher
if it
thing.
was, this is always my gauge. If you'll come back for seconds, then it wasn't bad. But like if you don't, then I guess it wasn't good. But I've never had nobody say I don't want no more.
Yeah, that's real.
Because I don't know. Would that hurt your ego? Would that bruise your ego? Like if someone's like, you know what, I'm not.
I think that would hurt my feelings. If somebody was like, yeah, we don't need to do that again. Actually, that happened to me once.
Really?
Yeah, and I was hurt.
That's real.
And I think I had came fast as fuck. Like it was
because you was waiting for it all day.
No, but the thing is, it happened. I didn't think that was gonna happen, and she was somebody that was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to fuck." Like that's. And I was excited because I was like, "I cannot believe I'm about to fuck her." And then I came in literally like 30 seconds.
Oh, Chris, how old were you then?
I was 2000. It's 2015.
Oh, this is like
This was
last
like
year.
this was
4
4
years
years ago. This was 4
Calvin.
years ago.
like last year.
Sit in the corner.
And yeah, and I was just I couldn't believe it. And she was like, "Yeah, I never want to do that again." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she was like, "I'm just gonna take you home in the morning. You could just sleep right here." And I was like, "All right."
Oh damn! Then she sunned you.
Yeah, definitely
and I was
sons you.
just like, "Damn, okay."
Dropping you off to soccer practice.
And then after that, we just
I
stopped
wouldn't
talking.
even talk.
We stopped talking. Like she didn't want to talk no more.
Delete.
Like nothing.
I would have Ubered.
I don't know. This also maybe this is like just a gay thing, but some guys just aren't all there. Like I just like things about their bodies are weird. Do you, like when you fucking a girl, like there's like awkward parts of
The
a
girl I'm
woman.
talking about.
No, not no. I'm just like when you fuck a girl, like if you look at her body,
Like lopsided titties?
Yeah, like some things like just throw you off about them. And you know, like I don't want to fuck.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying, but I feel
I'm
like I
trying
kind
to
of
say as a
understand
gay
what you're
guy.
saying.
Like there's certain things on guys that I'm like I don't like. Like why your breasts look like that? Why why do you have titties?
What?
Oh.
Like
I
why
don't
is your
like-
circumcision like that? That's really weird.
What I don't like is like
Trigger.
a real huge areola. That's
Oh.
disgusting. Like that's disgusting to me.
What about like bumps around the nipples? Because people like have bumpy nipples.
Like hair
It
bumps. kinda.
depends how. Because I mean, I'm thinking of it like I'm
Like
analyzing
little
my
bumps. Like just imagine an areola and it's
like a
breaking out.
bunch of bumps.
Just imagine an areola
yeah, some
and
people
it's
have like
breaking out.
bumpy nipples.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
you've never seen that?
No.
Oh wow.
Oh, Eric,
I've
next
seen
time.
it. I've seen it in my
Next
lifetime.
time, look.
No, I look. Trust me,
I've
look.
seen it in my life.
I examine,
Like,
but I haven't seen
fuck is
anything.
that?
I haven't seen anything on someone physically that has been like, I don't want to do this.
I have.
It's just been things that they've done that I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Fuck is that?
Have y'all
Wow.
gotten news before and been like, these are
Yes.
trash?
What the fuck is Eric? I'm about
No,
to
did
show
you respond
something.
and say to that?
I don't like
No.
getting nudes.
I didn't.
Oh.
I never asked for nudes because I don't like the
yeah.
picture game.
I told a girl like, don't send me no more news.
Let me
Just-
Yeah,
you
I don't
need
like
to do
nudes.
that.
It's like, first off, I have Pornhub and
No,
we're-
nudes are fine. It's just hers. I was like, you don't need to do this again.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and she was pissed.
Whoa, harsh. But that's real. I mean, that's how you save time. But I don't like nudes because
Don't
Pornhub
show
actually
Chris.
moves.
Duh.
Pornhub actually moves. So
What the fuck are you supposed
that's
to do
like
with that?
a sign
What the fuck are you supposed to do with that?
to yield
What the
or like
fuck?
turn left. Get this
Why
shit
would
out my
they
face.
send that
This
to
is
me?
why I don't like
And
fucking
this
news.
was unsolicited on Twitter. I don't even know who this person
Ladies
is.
and gentlemen, in order to advance to the next phase of communication,
I really
you
want
do
to show
not
Chris.
need to send me
No, you
fucking
don't.
news.
I really want to show
Don't
you this.
send me
You
no
don't.
fucking news because I don't like that. I don't get off from it.
I
I
know
don't
that-
even look at it. I delete it and don't even tell you I'm deleting it. Why? Because I don't want to ever
It
scroll
looks
through my text
broke.
thread. That shit looks like he needs to go to his doctor.
It looks broke.
Insurance free. I don't. I just delete them because I don't want to scroll through my feed and just see flesh. I don't know what some of y'all hoes get from that. I don't know, but that is a turn off, and that
How
would
do you
deter
even-
me as well.
Like, how do you pee? I'm going to describe it to you, Chris. 'cause I know
No.
you
no,
don't know
I don't even want to
I
hear
do
it, and
not
I
it's
saw it
literally at a
I do
90
not
degrees
care.
angle. Is it not? How do you pee?
on a plank,
You have to sit down every time?
maybe like a side plank.
It's so inappropriate.
That's wild.
Actually, I'm about to post this on the Good News. I mean, on the Get Right.
Don't you
so I'm
dare.
going to post that on the Get
Don't
Right radio
you
station.
dare.
I want you to tell me how this person pee.
Don't you dare, bitch. That's disgusting. That is
I
disgusting.
would unfollow the page.
I'll unfollow the page, and it's our podcast.
No,
page.
I would shut it. I would actually report it.
Yeah, I think it should be shut down.
I'm just so confused.
This has turned into the worst type of porn ever.
How do you think I felt? That was unsolicited.
I don't even know who hyped up his
In
confidence.
no
to let him-
context did I say I want anything. It was like, hey, hi,
Who hyped up his confidence to make him think?
send the picture. I don't
Ew.
even know you.
Gross. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to do something with,
If you
don't
want to
send me
see the
nudes.
picture,
I don't care.
if you're out there listening, you want to see the picture, hit my DMs. I'll definitely send you this picture.
Ew.
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
But yeah, bad sex is definitely a thing, and I think it is. If we look at it from a holistic thing, all of my bad sex experiences, or why I have not followed through, is because the person has done something that just made me not want to go to that level. But I haven't been in the moment and be like, oh, this is trash. Get out.
What makes sex good sex?
When both people are committed to it, when there's feeling in it, there's
Chemistry.
effort in it, and everyone is trying their hardest. It can't be one-sided. It just can't.
It's
not
got to
gonna
be a mutual thing. I agree, Eric. It's got to be mutual. Like, I have to be putting my best work. I'll be putting in your best work. Even if we're not putting our best work, if there's some type of passion and connection there, then that's it. That makes it everything. You don't have to know all the tricks.
No.
You don't have to do extra shit.
I think I know when I'm having good sex is like if her eyes are closed the whole time. Like if I'm like in her face and like her head goes back and like her eyes are closed, I feel like okay, I think I'm doing my thing. Cause like I feel like she's into it, and like she's breathing hard as shit or something like that.
That's real. But also, in terms of like looking, like I think there are times where I look at the person just to see how they're feeling. Because I feel great, but I want to see you. So I mean, I think it takes different form, but person to person.
I think it's so awkward when like people have their eyes open when they kiss.
Yeah, I've
I
tried that
hate
just
that.
because
Yeah,
I
why are
heard
you
someone
looking
say
at
that, and I was like, I
That
wonder.
shit looks so,
Why
like
are
just
you looking
staring at someone's eyes is like for what?
So weird. I don't know. Have I kissed with my eyes open before? Yeah, when I did.
When I first learned how to kiss in 8th grade, like that's
When
and
I-
she was like close your eyes. Like what are you doing? I'm like I don't fucking know.
when I didn't mean to kiss, I had my eyes open. No, I had another question, and it slipped my mind. It was something just annoying about. You know what annoys me about sex? You kind of talked about it, but just the extraness of it.
That's what I'm saying.
The extraness, like, oh,
Like if I feel like I'm not doing
oh
shit,
my god,
yeah.
what are you doing? What is going on?
Like if I know I'm not doing my like if I know I'm not doing nothing to cause that, like come on.
just lay there, shut
Yeah,
up.
what are you doing?
This is so extra.
Like it's nothing.
Or
there's nothing
when they
organic about
think
it.
they're doing the most, but it's really not translating. Like in their mind, they think they are fucking shit up, but it's really not happening in reality.
I've gotten hit from a girl that was like, and I hate when like it's trash and like she'll look up and I just be like, what are you looking at? You're not doing
You like
anything.
that?
Oh,
Actually, I don't.
No.
Actually, I don't. Don't look at me.
I remember one time like I pulled my phone out, I was just like doing something, and then
Oh,
she
that's
was,
rude.
I'm sorry,
No, you ain't have to do that rude shit.
Wow.
it was trash.
You didn't have to do that.
Wow.
There are ways.
And she thought I was recording her. I was like, I'm actually on Twitter or whatever I was on,
Wow.
whatever I was doing.
Oh wow. You know, I
that was harsh.
I don't know where I'm about to go with this. I'm sparing everybody.
I'm about to say to hell if you say
Please
the
go
wrong
to
thing.
question of the day.
I'm definitely sparing you guys.
Yeah, that was a good topic though. Ladies and gentlemen, hit us on our
I'm about to
on
put
the
that
Get
on
Right
the-
Radio
I'm
Show
about to put
page
that up there.
and tell us what your definition of bad sex is. What defines bad sex?
That was it for the topic.
That was good. That was really good.
It's bad. So,
Question of the day is next, and I see nothing.
Carla,
But then again, the topic was blank too. So
what?
yes,
Yeah, it is.
I'm not lying. It should say bad sex.
it's
It
just
doesn't say
the
nothing.
topic, purple,
nothing.
blank.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I literally just saved it
I'm
last night
looking
when I
at it
put
too.
it.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't there.
I don't see anything.
So I was Carla today.
So was Kelvin. So we had Carla squared.
It's right here.
Oh, it's right here.
Look, it says bad sex.
Oh, you actually put it in.
But mine actually, it says bad sex.
Yours said it on there, but I just saw it and put it. Input.
Oh. Well, wait. Why are you showing us uniquely speaking?
He scrolled down to show that he typed that.
You didn't type nothing for question of the day, Carla.
Who wrote the question of the day this week?
I have a question if y'all want it.
Why didn't you put it in a dot?
Because it's my life, how my life is set up today.
What's the question of the day? Question?
Seeing that it is Easter Sunday, and a lot of people are just, out here, Well, we kind of talked about that earlier, though. I was going to ask about, like, religion versus spirituality.
Go for it.
So, do you think that you are more so a religious person or more so a spiritual person?
Spiritual. I don't know anything
the
about the
difference?
Bible.
So, religious is more so, in my opinion, the more traditions of going to church, taking the communion, the rituals of Christianity versus the spirituality of Christianity is believing that he's there, trying to abide by the rules and be a good person. And do you think that they both can live in the same space?
I guess I'm more spiritual, I guess. Because, I don't go to church regularly. And it ain't like I could quote a Bible verse right now.
I have so many friends that can, though.
Yeah. But, I guess I'm going to say spiritually. For me.
Yeah. I would say I'm so much more spiritual now, but before it was more so religious. Making sure that I was at church, doing the communion, all this other stuff. And then I moved out here. And, well, no, really when I was in Kentucky, I really kind of I was still in church, but more so looking at the practices and things, it was like, why are we doing this? And I don't understand this fully. So I had to take a step back to actually do my own research and figure out why we do certain things and why we don't do certain things. So I still feel like I have a good, strong faith, and I still believe that I'm connected, but I don't feel like I have to be connected to the rituals and things of that nature anymore.
Yeah, for me, I just knew once I was just fiending to get out of church that it wasn't for me. But I've always had a strong connection with God. I've always, been want to talk to him and express myself, and always listen to people when they had, a word about him and having faith. So I've always been connected to the spirit, but just the setting and knowing religion, because I feel like the Bible has been used for people's convenience so many times that I don't reference it, because I feel like people have thrown it in my face when it's been convenient. But these are the same bitches fucking married men. These are the same people having sex before marriage, kids before marriage, just doing all types of shit that the Bible says you're not supposed to do. So it's just like, miss me with it.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't reflect on God. It just means that a lot of people read his word, I'm putting that in air quotes, and you kind of use it as weapons.
Yeah. I always think it's really interesting, like when you get into the whole religious aspect of the preaching and things. I appreciate every preacher out there, because I know that is nothing that should be taken lightly, and everybody should, who has the calling of their life, take that seriously and move forward, because you're leading sheep. That's with anything. Like if you're a politician, president, but especially like in the religion sector of it, you're leading lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I always found it interesting that sometimes pastors pinpoint certain things in the Bible that make it more convenient than everything else.
Absolutely.
Like growing up in the church, like me being a gay man, I always felt like I was condemned. But then I really stopped to think about it, like that is in the same block as eating shellfish, wearing mixed blends, and things of that nature, which was in the Old Testament. But nobody really talks about what the Ten Commandments say, like adultery and all the other stuff. If being gay was that bad, don't you think it would have been the Ten Commandments? Would thou shalt not kill and steal?
Man, fuck these people. They don't know shit.
No? Am I tripping?
I don't know the Bible enough to even reflect back. I just say fuck them.
Because I don't think I'm going to hell for loving a man. I don't think that's what's going to send me down there.
My life, yeah, the way I talk about
but
people.
the Bible does say you're not supposed to.
It does. It also says no sex before marriage. It says don't eat shellfish. It says don't wear polyester blends.
The Bible also wasn't written by God. It's written by men interpreting God's words. So I don't. That's basically like some crazy person on the corner telling me I can't date men. Bitch, you shouldn't be doing crack. But you on the corner
or eating shellfish,
twitching. So
What is never mind.
you're not supposed to eat shellfish. You shouldn't eat
I love
shellfish neither.
seafood.
All that stuff is in the same verse that talks about homosexuality. But yet people pull out the homosexuality, but leave their Easter suit that they're probably wearing right now on and go into church in it. It says don't wear mixed blends. It says you're supposed to be pure. So you're supposed to wear like a pure blend, like full blown cotton or nothing like nylon or mixed material.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the same damn verse. But people highlight one thing and just ignore the other thing. So when I start reading stuff like that and really like paying attention, some things just don't sit right with me.
it's hypocrisy. And no one's going to tell me how to live my life. No one's going to use a book that they can't even cite who wrote it. It was written by many hands and have how many versions. Hasn't touched the hand of God, but I'm supposed to use this as the guiding light to my life. No.
And I'm not coming against the Bible. Also, there's not enough women representation in the Bible. I do believe women were holding it down in the Bible. And maybe some of the disciples were women. I don't know.
I don't.
I think God's a woman.
You know, I thought about that the other day because I was reading Asora's Insta story, and she was saying something about God and referring to her as she. And I was just like, I've never painted a narrative of what my God looks like. I've always just accepted him as the person who watches me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, what does he look like? And then I started to force imagery, like automatically forcing him to be black. I was just like, no. Let's just
God is just
take him as, I'm going to take him as a light spirit who really gets me and holds it down. Because that way it doesn't complicate it. It doesn't saturate it. It's good.
But I am thankful for Jesus getting up today.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Jesus. He got up 3 days later. How do y'all reading the back, like always going back and like reading back about the story of the crucifixion? And I was going to talk about this in Uniquely Speaking, though. Should I say it now? I'll wait for you. Never mind.
Okay, so with that, I guess I'll go into If I Told You That. There we go. I was like, where's Whitney on this glorious Sunday?
I had to find her.
So you are driving along in your car.
Gowns, beautiful gowns.
Whoa.
What was the point?
I don't know.
I just felt that.
A new soundbite. So you are driving along in your car on a wild, stormy night. It's raining heavily when you suddenly pass by a bus stop and you see 3 people waiting for a bus.
Nope. Keep driving. Go ahead.
An old,
Wow, okay.
an old lady who looks as if she's about to die. An old friend who once saved your life. And right? And the perfect partner you've been dreaming about. Which one would you choose to offer a ride to, knowing very well that there could only be one passenger in your car?
What's the question?
So
I'm confused. Oh,
You're
who-
riding.
Who am I
There's
picking up?
3 people.
Basically, who
Are
am I
you
picking
picking
up?
up the
Yes.
old lady, a friend who once saved your life, or the perfect partner that you've always dreamed about? Definitely not the old lady.
I have to do an old friend who saved my life. I don't know why we fell out, but you saved my life. I can't leave you in the rain.
So, an old lady who looks like they're about to die. A friend. What?
Yeah.
Am I on the way towards the hospital?
Mm,
Is that in my direction?
You're just driving.
No, she's staying there because I'm no EMT. She ain't about to die in my car and they say I killed her. I'm black.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
going to
know
jail
her.
first.
I don't
So,
know.
it's an old woman who looks like they're about to die. A friend who saved your life, and
The perfect partner
You
you
dreamed
always
about.
dreamed about.
They could be hell.
I'll pick her up. How am I supposed to know that's my perfect partner though?
Have you ever seen the Johnson Family Vacation?
Yeah.
And they picked up that hitchhiker?
Uh-huh.
It could be that. And that's why I don't know her.
Is keep driving an option?
No.
I'm gonna pick up my soulmate, I guess.
It'd be hard between the friend that saved my life and then because like have I returned the favor yet?
Me picking you up, that ain't the favor.
This is tit for tat. Like
you at the
saved my
bus stop.
life.
You about to go somewhere.
Did I save your life yet?
Right. That's real.
But I just feel like you at the bus stop. You don't really need my transportation. I just happen to be driving past you, and I'm probably not going to where you're going.
Yeah, we
so stay on the bus.
So the perfect partner is going where you're going?
Well,
It
if
is
that's my
today.
perfect partner, then
We're going
we're
on a
about
date.
to go.
That you've dreamed
We're
about.
about to go on a date.
We're going to the altar. We're going to the courthouse right now.
Now, mind you, this does not mean this is the perfect romance. It's going to work out good. It's the person you've dreamed about. And dreams are different from reality.
Yeah. But let me just live my dream.
I'm gonna just keep driving.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, I hit the crickets on myself. God is funny.
Okay, so lightning
God
round.
is funny.
Yeah,
Lightning round.
lightning round.
What?
Well, no, that's just mine is an old friend who once saved your life. Who are you guys picking?
My soulmate.
Your perfect partner you've dreamed about.
Yeah, I'm picking that. Because I mean, if I dreamed about you, hopefully you are what I just dreamed about.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Fred.
I'm not picking a friend.
What's the old saying? Your friend ain't gonna suck your dick.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not picking my friend.
That's the old saying, you know?
I'm not picking a friend because, first of all, nothing's wrong with you. You're just at the bus stop. If you didn't see me today, you would still be on this bus stop going to wherever you're going. So, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me know when you get to work.
That's
or
real.
wherever you're going.
So, that was it for If I Told You That.
Shut the fuck up.
Why'd you pick that one?
What's going
It
on?
was close to the top we haven't heard in a long time. So
Yeah, you haven't gave us a shut the fuck up in a while.
That's true. Oh, I
That's
gotta go
what that
back
was
to
for.
that. Right. It was number 5 always was the shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know perspective.
yeah.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen. So uniquely speaking.
Hello, guys. Oh, now it's time for Uniquely Speaking. You know, it is Easter Sunday, and I'm so happy to be alive and well on this Resurrection Sunday. And, you know, going back and looking at the past week and just reflecting on the journey that Jesus took in his last final days of his life, it's interesting to look at the different characters that played along in his death. One person in particular, Judas. The person who actually betrayed Jesus just for some money. We know that he was not always the down friend, but he was part of the disciples, which rode with Jesus like a clique all the time. And it's interesting to think that one of his closest disciples be the one that actually betrayed him in the end. But it's also interesting to know that at the end, after Jesus died, Judas committed suicide. So Jesus didn't have to get him back. And that's what I want to talk about today. There may be some people in your entire circle who may be playing a Judas character, who may have betrayed you, who may have done something wrong to you, who said something wrong to you, hurt your feelings, did something that you never thought they would do, and you want to get revenge on them. You don't have to. Because Jesus never got revenge on Judas. Judas did it to himself. So when people are out here trying to hurt you and backstab you and do whatever, remember that your revenge is not to make them miserable, because they're going to be miserable in the position that they're all in already. You get up like Jesus did at the end after this death, and you get your shit together, because everything else that's coming to them is going to come to them in the end. So this Easter Sunday, I didn't mean to say shit talking about Jesus, but this Easter Sunday, remember that Judas betrayed Jesus, but Jesus didn't get revenge. Revenge got Judas. So remember that this Easter Sunday.
Amen.
That was good.
You don't have to get people.
Lay back and let the universe
Work
do its
itself
dirty
out.
work.
Amen.
That was good. So with that, where are you guys now?
I'm tired, boots, honey.
As fuck. Timberland
Oh,
boots.
I want to nap so bad, but I can't.
Oh, you have brunch.
That brunch at 1.
I'm so glad I don't have any obligations to anyone today. I'm so grateful.
I have breakfast waiting on me.
That's beautiful.
I need to go home and shower, put on a cute outfit.
Look at you. Oh, you know, typically I'd be like, I wish I was in Love Lust.
I'm not in love lust. I really feel like the energy
Damn,
you gonna
Chris.
give me, the energy you gonna, oh, Chris is in love lust.
No, he
No,
just sucked his teeth at
I'm
you,
talking
and it
about
was
you.
abrupt as fuck.
Oh wow, I missed it.
It's because you were in Love Lust.
I am in love
I know.
lust.
I don't know who you thought you was fooling. But that's fine. I'm not here to judge. I'm just
reciprocate. I'm just this new season, this second quarter of 2019. I'm just reciprocating what's given to me
that's real shit.
because I'm known to give a lot, and at this point, I'm just gonna what you give to me is what I'm gonna give to you. I'm not even gonna trip. Like someone asked me if I was gonna say something. I said no. What I'm supposed to say? I'm really just gonna whatever you give me, I'm gonna give back. And if you want to have a talk about it, we can have a talk about it. But whatever you giving me, I'm just gonna give back to you, and we can make it whatever.
I agree. I think that's a good way to be. That way, energy is even across the board. No one can say I do more for you, and vice versa. It is what it is.
It is
But
what it is.
A personal note from myself, and to whoever needs to hear it: put yourself first.
Yeah.
Like, keep doing it. Those times where you're like, I really like this person, you know, let me go a little harder. Or those times where you're a yes man and you don't say no to anything. Be really selfish. Because this week, this was me coming out of my cocoon because I don't go out a lot. I prefer to be in my room, listening to music, just chilling. But
That's a perfect day.
it's great to me, but that was a lot of my days. And I feel like while I consider that to be a fair quality of life, it's not the best quality of life because it becomes consistent. And I don't think life should be consistent. So I pushed out, but I also felt really burned out at a point, and I was really toxic. Like, I was at work, and I didn't have the energy to fake smile. All I could do was be that negative energy, and I was like, damn, I don't want anyone else to get this. So find a happy medium where you're having a life of fulfillment, but you're also not burnt out and then grumpy. You gotta, and the only way to know what that fine line is to put yourself first, because that way you get to know what your limits are and what boundaries you need to set. So that is a note for me moving forward. But I'm really happy about life. Things are working in my favor, no matter how much of a brat I am. And God is really good.
He really is.
So as always, you can catch me on social media at The World According to Eric on Instagram, Facebook. I have a page like that, The World According to Eric. My actual Facebook is Eric Devontae, as well as my Twitter, and Snapchat is still Picasso_3.
And you can find me, Kelvinology. That's KelvinOllogy on your Instagram.
And on Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at CCCAW_. And as always, guys, I hope y'all got right.
That's right. Get right or get left.
Bitch, you better get right.